I dropped 50 on the Cowboys.
So watch this. This could be
Oh, dude, if I get them backed up, I sell the fuck out. They're just coming after something. Maybe I'll get lucky and stop it. I'm assuming they're doing the national anthem because they're going to start in a minute or two, a few minutes. We'll try to let Dylan get to halftime of the game he's playing in Madden right now.
2-minute warning.
Of course, YouTube didn't give me a notification because that would be convenient. Oh, for fuck's sake, YouTube. I expect to see a lot of that this year. Oh my God. I can't see your comments yet. I'm getting that fixed right now.
Alright, here you go.
Oh, go ahead, just turn it off. You're a PS5 veteran, you know how it works. Let's watch a goddamn rain race. Watch AJ Allmendinger win this shit now. If it was a dry race, if it was a dry race, I'd only give 3 guys a shot. Reddick, Chase, and Larson. But because it's raining, Allmendinger. Allmendinger and Cindric have a lot of rain experience. If Busher wins, I get like $50, I think, or something like that. I got Busher and AJ for my bets. Nah, I don't need to stuff my face.
And yes, they are going to start this race on the rain tires today. They've moved command back just a minute to give teams time to put the rain tires on, and what a game changer this is.
I think Chase is going to have a great chance in the rain because he won Coda in the rain.
Really Martin Truex Jr. and Ryan Blaney and his team. Boy, you got to be
Truex.
If you're on the outside of the playoffs on Truex, you got to be wondering what is going to happen.
Oh, that was Austin Dillon.
Everyone here.
We saw a Bass Pro Shops logo and thought it was Truex.
You got to be going, what am I going to do? Going into turn 1.
So yeah, they can race in the rain. It's all good.
The new Cup car in the rain. That's going to really make things exciting today.
That man's not happy. Harvick openly says he hates racing in the rain. He thinks it's bullshit. They shouldn't do it.
I don't think they, we've heard Kevin Harvick talk about it. We've not driven this car in the rain.
There's AJ. AJ's pumped that it's I guarantee that's the happiest man here that it's raining. Chase said he didn't want it to rain, but Chase won a rain race last year on a road course. Different car, though.
What they see out the side, what they see out the front, what they can see out the back of these cars. This is where it's going to be interesting to see how quick.
And it helps that he's starting on the pole, so he ain't going to get run over or slide off the track. So.
7 different countries, we've already said that. Absolutely. Plus the best that NASCAR has to throw on the racetrack. So, but these guys are going.
How about Kimi Raikkonen running his first Cup race and it's raining? Hell, Kimi Raikkonen, he's got rain experience. Never driven these cars until this weekend, but
I think I'm just going to leave it alone because I don't know what's going to happen here. Well, none of us do, and this is just going to be so exciting and just something else that we throw into the mix.
I said yesterday, this is exactly what we needed the week before Daytona, this close to the playoffs, and so many guys trying to get in.
At least early in the race.
I need the road course racers, guys who won on the dry or on
He's a road course winner.
Ever, right? I think that's a key point here. But guys, I want to talk a little bit about
Parker
tires for a second.
You mentioned the wet tires that are going on these race cars. This is a new wet tire that's been designed for next-gen car. But I want to talk about slicks.
Everybody likes Parker
You
Kligerman.
see right here why you can't run a slick on a wet course. Look at water. Just runs right over it. If you were on the track with this tire, it would just aquaplane over the racetrack. You'd never have any grip with the water that runs on it. Now,
Is that
we've
because
got
of the
the wet tire.
downforce of
This
the car?
tire is new for the next-gen car. As I mentioned, different than last year's tire that we had before where it was larger blocks. Now it's more like a road car. You can see as the water runs over it, it kind of finds itself in these crevices.
Another thing with the rain race, so as long as it's drizzling, track stays wet, those tires are amazing. If the track dries out even a little bit, those tires shred. So it comes to a point we've seen in rain races in the past where it's like it hasn't rained in 30 minutes, track's damp in some places but it's really dry, and guys on the rain tires are like freaking out, and there's guys already pitting and putting the normal tires back on. But as long as the track stays wet. I remember the first time they raced in the rain at Watkins Glen, it was an Xfinity race. Allmendinger went out to like an 8-second lead.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Single file starts and restarts while it's raining. Because you saw how bad it was at Coda last year when they did double file.
Who knows what can happen?
I think there's a number of them that you can look at because strategy is going to become completely.
I think single file restarts is the way to go in the rain. It helps a little bit with visibility.
That he can compete for the win here this afternoon.
Listen, I look at Cindric, I look at Suarez.
Hey, Orange Twizzlers.
Allmendinger, we go all the way
It's a weekend.
we go to Tilly, we go
Finally
to
broke a
Rockenbell.
little bit.
I mean, these guys that
I've cut everything out but those, and I only eat those like once or twice a week. But I was getting out of hand with it.
Forget about Justin Haley.
Yes,
He's got
that's exactly right.
When you work in a store and you see the fuckers every time you're in there, it's like,
I mean, there is no way
Can't do it.
Kimi Raikkonen could pull this off, is there? I mean, I know he has vastly more experience than anyone in the
Can I
field
say
of the
something?
rain, but
I don't know if you've watched any NASCAR Cup racing in 2022, but there's
Jimmy
always-
Johnson might drive that
there's
car next year
always a way that
part-time.
something can
The
happen.
91.
And
Yeah.
this just throws another layer into it, to the excitement of what
Seems to be the
Watkins Glen is
rumor.
gonna be today.
Yeah, I think you wonder, does it make it more difficult for him?
Jimmy
As he's
Johnson
learning the
outside of
car,
Hendrick,
everything
weird.
and learn who he's
Very.
racing around and how all this could change. And before this is over, we could have a dry racetrack and things change again.
Wow.
so we're being told not only is the start of the race single file, but all the restarts would be single file as well. But
Well,
Kimi
that's the right
probably,
call
you know
after the
what,
dirt
this might
race at
work out
Bristol
for
and the
him.
rain
And
race
what
at Coda
a
last year.
news that would make if you could even run on the top 10. Finish TV is here
Because
doing
the
this
cars
race
kick up a
live.
trail of water, and when you have all 40 of them 2x2, you cannot see. Like everybody from second on back is just blind.
The number of drivers that we have now that are in this race here today, but he obviously is the most accomplished of those.
Yeah,
Kyle, what are you thinking if you're Martin Truex Jr.?
listen, I'm worried. I am worried. I am worried because now.
Worst case scenario, his best shot was Richmond. They had a shit race, and now he's got a race in the rain, which he's not comfortable with. The old timers are not comfortable with it. It's the young guys. They're like, who cares?
But I felt like in my mind I could overcome.
It's always the
this.
boomers that bitch about the
You
rain.
always feel like you can overcome a few of those things. But you know, I look at him. I look at
Race is only starting an hour
I
late.
Look at these guys that are on that bubble right now, and this race can have such far-reaching.
Michael, this is why I picked AJ when you asked me who I wanted to bet on today.
What Truex's season is, it can change what Blaney's. Can also
If it was a
change
dry
what
race, I would
Dell's
never
season
pick him.
is. It can change these guys.
I'd give him a chance, but
This is a game-changing.
Reddick,
race.
Larson, and Chase are so much better than everybody else right now.
DJ, how about for Chase Elliott? Starts up front. He'll have the best vision of everyone in the entire field, and we'll be on board with him.
Yeah, so that lap yesterday was even more important.
What are they hiding?
Thought, but yeah,
That's going to go crazy on social media, I can already tell you. What were they doing in that car they didn't want nobody to see? Why were they hiding the camera?
What to expect from this? So gonna be
I guarantee that's about to pop up.
Not even the proper word.
So, Kyle, look at all the accolades.
Chase Haters are going to have a field day.
All of these drivers, I mean, it's incredible. The
Yes, and remember,
race wins.
if you get struck by lightning from 8 miles away, you just deserve it.
All 36 drivers have some serious accomplishments.
Yeah, you look at that. 8 championships, 16 Xfinity championships, a Formula One champion, 29 IMSA wins, 5.
Most of those
open
IMSA wins are AJ's.
7 countries represented. I think that just says and shows the level of competition here, but where NASCAR and Cup racing has grown to.
Watkins Glen's kind of become a bigger deal than, say, Indianapolis in NASCAR because everybody comes out for Watkins Glen.
And the drive. That's right. Yeah, these odds could have changed.
Elliott, Larson, Reddick.
You think about it. There's some that you would have.
That makes sense to me.
Even more, like an AJ Allmendinger, that's good odds, whether it's dry or wet. But certainly,
I like
wet,
Busher,
I think that
McDowell,
makes
and
it even
Cindric, and
better.
AJ.
Do we get a hall
Off
pass
that
on
group.
our predictions for the
McDowell
race
qualified
today?
top 5.
Oh, wow, really?
Third.
Right, hit it. You never know. I mean, we'll see what happens here this afternoon. There's everybody's
Busher
predictions.
7th, Cindric 8th, Suarez
I
9th.
don't think we should be surprised, Kyle.
Yeah, no, I don't think he was the most.
Oh, the neon pit
He
signs.
was the most popular guy.
Ooh, I like those.
They use those for night races, but it's so dark and cloudy you can actually see the neon.
Dell Jr. going with Chris Busher out there
Yes,
on the limb.
that's a good one.
Christopher Busher, that's been a joke going around. Junior kept calling him Christopher Busher. Chris Busher changed his Twitter name to Christopher Busher. And then he said, if this tweet gets so many likes, I'll put Christopher Busher above my door. He did. If you look on the 17, it says Christopher Busher.
And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome NASCAR Hall of Famer.
The most famous words in motorsports. And we got a crash. That's Junior's catchphrase, right?
Joined by professional
Rusty.
Stephanie Johnson and Anthony.
The past era's Ross Chastain right there.
For everybody watching,
But everybody fucking loves Rusty now.
drivers, start your engines.
Rusty Wallace is Ross Chastain.
On a day with so much on the line, playoff implications, 2 races left in the regular season, 1 spot on points. We're going racing in the rain at the...
And I'm going to get something to drink. I'm fucking dying here. I'm glad I didn't stink it up on Madden in front of you guys.
No, you did awesome.
I was like, yeah, it was my best game so far. Honestly, what helped, Dylan was here yesterday for the Xfinity race, and then he played a game of Madden after I watched him. He's better at Madden than me. After watching him, I was immediately like 10 times better. We are, let me see, let me think. We're about somewhere between 900 and 1,000 miles away from Watkins Glen, New York. But the weather here looks a lot like Watkins Glen, so I kind of feel like I'm closer to there, even though we're not. It just so happens to be raining like a motherfucker at my house. This is the kind of rain race I want. A steady rain, not too heavy, because we get too
Not too
heavy.
heavy,
If you get
but
too
not-
heavy, it's out of hand.
But
Ridiculous.
not too light.
Yeah.
Where it just dries off.
Keep
on
the track wet. But don't be like Coda last year where it's a straight up monsoon and you can't see and guys are fucking wrecking and it's just stupid.
And the rain tires are never going to help.
It's, yeah, when there's that much water, they really don't. The shitty thing about racing in the rain, I love it, but the shitty thing is, how do you determine when it's too much rain and when it's not? Do you wait until somebody fucking causes a crash or something gets out of hand? Or do you take a chance and go, maybe it'll get bad, we better stop, and then you just piss everybody off? It's like, we could be racing right now, because people like me are going to be bitching saying we should be racing right now. So rain racing's hard to figure. You came over on a good one.
I'm excited. This is awesome.
Daytona's Saturday night. Be there. They don't run many Saturday night races anymore because the TV networks are like, better ratings on Sunday. And I'm like, yes, getting your ass kicked by the NFL must be better. I would have more Saturday races in the playoffs. That's just me. It's Daytona next Saturday, and then me and Dylan are going to Darlington. Week after that.
USA is brought to you by Go Bulls.
The Charlotte Roval Xfinity race in the rain in 2020, out of hand. That one was another one where it was like, it's too fucking much, but they didn't stop. And then, so they had it at night. You know, Charlotte has lights. There's no lights in that infield. But they were like, oh, fuck it, we got a race. And there were drivers. There's a part where you come through the infield. You know, the big screen on the backstretch at Charlotte. You're on the infield of the road course taking a right-hand turn. They said the big screen was so bright, it was illuminated. You couldn't see the racetrack. You could just see the reflection of the screen. You couldn't tell where you were driving. It was
that's
crazy.
incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, guys were fucking hydroplaning off of water and driving straight into tire walls and shit. But they got the race to AJ won, of course. Of course, AJ won. We've seen good races in the rain. Montreal in the Xfinity Series, it rained there like 2 or 3 years in a row, and it was great every time. It wasn't like out of hand, and that was back when they were still learning how to drive in the rain. I was there when Busher was flipping. I like how they just showed in the highlights a glimpse of Truex and Custer wrecking in the rain last year. That's appropriate. Fat guy playing the guitar, it means a race is coming on. Bring back Blake Shelton. Bringing back the sunshine. Yeah, I don't give Harvick a shot at 3 in a row. He hates the rain. He's just going to try to play it safe and not get hurt. So, safely say Harvick's win streak's going to end today. Remember that when he wins. I love when I either sound really right or really stupid. You know, I love when I'm like, well, that's never going to happen, and then it happens. I'm pretty sure when Almirola won New Hampshire last year, he said some shit on the radio about Chase and Larson during the race, and I went off on a tangent about how he's a fucking loser that can't win, and he fucking wins that day. Almirola, of all people, who hadn't won in 3 years. So if you want to do well, have me. Chris Buescher, I did the same thing. When he fucked up and wrecked Junior at Michigan and gave him a concussion, I was like, Chris Buescher driving that piece of shit 34 car, they ain't never going to win a fucking race. What the fuck are they even doing here? They win Pocono like 2 weeks after that. So fuck me. I'm the kiss of death. That's why I got to take it easy talking shit about Noah. I don't like Noah Gragson, but if I talk too much shit, of course he's going to win.
When do you convert over to dry? How your car handles the unknowns? The list is too long to talk about, right? It's going to be crazy.
Well, we are doing this broadcast radio style, and that means that we'll have different folks
Watkins Glen
all the way around this racetrack. And the essence, it's going to be Sirius XM's Mike Bagley. He'll be taking care of turns 2 through 4, then through the interloop and the carousel.
Hey, interloop! You're going to hear a lot of that today.
He'll hand it off to Jeff Burton, who will take him through.
Who's hopefully his microphone will go off like it did during the Xfinity race yesterday. Hey, somebody wrecked Ross yesterday in the Xfinity race. Can't remember who. I think somebody got run into and knocked into him.
And we'll start off with you. Welcome back, Mike Bagley.
Oh, I hear the smile in your voice, Rick. Thank you and good afternoon, everyone. It's all about liquid sunshine.
Mike Bagley's got some fucking Kevin Dunn teeth going on there. Only his are straight. So he's not really like Kevin Dunn.
This is where it all happens here. Now, obviously, this is in the drive. A lot of contact is possible here. A lot of tight racing. And the unexpected slip and slide, potentially. Now, all of this is in the
Tight
drive.
racing, you say. When does it get a
Allgaier came around that corner yesterday and busted his ass by himself, and I was like, ooh, yeah, he hit hard. This is going to be great. Kyle Larson said yesterday he was hoping it would rain. Well, that's classic Larson. Because he was like, yeah. I said, you guys have seen how the cars have raced on certain tracks this year where they get really tight and dirty areas. He said, Watkins Glen is not like any other road course. It might as well be like a mile and a half or something the way it drives because it's so fast. So he said he would like it to rain to eliminate some of the crappy aero effects that you feel at high speeds. There's Larson's win yesterday. Fucking Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs didn't do nothing wrong. Funny, Ty Gibbs hit the bump as they went too wide through there, hit Byron, they both spun, Larson went on and won. Then you look back and Ty Gibbs got spun again. William Byron chased him back down and wrecked him. And then after the race, they were cool, but I guess Byron's tired of getting run over. I also found it funny, or a little annoying, I got mad at Byron. I'm like, so you'll hit Ty Gibbs for wrecking you. Logano dumped your ass for a win at Darlington right in front of me, and you ain't done shit to him yet. But you'll knock around Ty Gibbs. Why don't you do that shit to Logano? The fuck you waiting for? You wrecked Ty Gibbs as soon as you could get him. Byron, though, his frustration was, if you watched the race yesterday, Byron was cutting everybody breaks. He had the best car, but like if he got side by side with Larson, he'd back off. He was coming out of the pits on the last pit stop side by side with Gibbs. They were this close together. He let Gibbs have it. He was cutting guys' breaks all day long, and then he gets run into. That just makes you more mad, I guess. But still, what the fuck? Do it to Logano. Do it to Ty Gibbs. What are you a pussy or something?
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
Because you letting Joey get away with that is just going to do it more. That's the reason he's always done it. He fucking gets away with it, unless you're Matt Kenseth or Kevin Harvick. Then Joey gets away with it. I remember the next year, almost a year after the Kenseth-Logano thing, Logano's getting interviewed at Talladega during a rain delay, and Matt Kenseth walks up behind him and says, and grabs him in front of the camera and says, "You are going to fucking learn how to race me before I'm retired. You're going to fucking learn." And I'm like, did he not learn already when you gave him a concussion at Martinsville? That's how you got to be with those assholes. You just got to, like, really stand up to them. Be a fucking prick. William Byron's too damn nice. Where's that iRacing rage that William Byron has? Why can't he apply that to real life? Because he's a dickhead on iRacing.
21 career Formula One wins.
Karen, like I said, I'm like 900 miles away from Watkins Glen, and it's pouring.
We knew that the car was going to be a little bit more of an equalizer, but now you throw in the wet weather.
That kind of looks like too much rain, but we'll see when they get up to speed.
It does look a little.
That looks like a little too much. Interesting thing about racing in the rain, now how you run as low as you can in a corner, in the rain you want to be high. You don't want to be down in the groove in the rain because you're running slower, so you run high around the top. You and your Casey. Dylan's wearing a Casey Kane shirt. Casey's another driver where it's like, man, the stuff he could have accomplished. Y'all can have him. If I'm going to eat sugar, it's going to be Horace Whistler, so I'll pass on the Nerds ropes. Those are probably good, though.
Understand what the track conditions are going to be like, so they're going to give them an extra lap. We mentioned
Got their little windshield wipers.
It's funny, but it's really cool.
Even when it's not raining on a road course, you'll see teams run the windshield wiper and stick it in the middle of the windshield because they're convinced that it gives them some kind of aero advantage, of course. The Gibbs cars were the first ones to do that. It was like 2016. It was like, why the Gibbs, it's sunny as fuck here at Watkins Glen. Why do the Gibbs cars have their windshield wiper? And then every team from that point on, at Sonoma, where it never rains, they've got that windshield wiper right in the middle of the windshield, pointed up.
It'd be some shit, though, if we got, like, a rain Sonoma race, though.
It's technically possible. It drizzled there in 2013. It doesn't rain much at Sonoma, but I remember 2013 Sonoma, it was cloudy all day, and it rained a little before the race. I was like, we're going to get rain Sonoma. Like, but, you know, it never rains there. Then again, it never rains at Phoenix, and it did like a motherfucker in 2015 when Junior won.
It was going to be a two-stop race. Now, I believe in those last 50 laps, we will see dry racetrack. When I look at the radar, we're at the back two-thirds of this front.
So survive the rain and hope it dries up.
Yep.
That's what a lot of guys are going to hope to do.
That's all I do.
But the thing is, because you're going to be going so much slower, nobody has a speed advantage.
Right. So how are you going to really survive?
Go back and watch that Mid-Ohio Xfinity race in the rain where the top five was fucking Andy Lally and Justin Marks and all these other guys. Because there's no advantage in the rain. Everybody's got to go slow. It's almost like spec racing. Or rain is God's restrictor plate. That's what I'm going to say. Ty Gibbs would like that one. Rain is God's restrictor plate. Because Kevin Harvick's a filthy sinner. Yeah. Oh, Richmond last week. He blew up. I love when NASCAR's like, well, when we feel like it, it'll be single file.
I like that idea because we saw the dirt race at Bristol once where vision was an issue and some of the wet weather.
I think light's going to be an issue today just because it's cloudy. Because, yeah, sundown's not till like well after 8. Sundown's not until probably like 8:30, 8:45, but because it's going to be cloudy, it's going to get darker way sooner.
The 2020 Roval race where it started wet and went to dry.
Yeah, Chase won that one too. That was Charlotte road course during COVID when we couldn't go. It rained for the first stage and then it dried up. Ty Dillon went from like 28th to 4th in the rain. He was flying.
Didn't we have a
Portland of this year was raining. Yeah.
when it started raining, Andy Lally, I think.
Yeah.
He just like took off.
Yeah.
And then when it got dry,
on wet
it
weather
was gone.
conditions, but
Yeah.
the possibility of
The
this
rain
moving
brings
out
out so
and
much
we
difference.
see
Yeah.
track at some point in time during this race is definitely possible. Listen to Kyle Larson in
Let's
his
say
radio.
we go from the Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott show.
Do you think we could go green or no? I'm not a professional, so I can't give you a professional opinion. That's more it's kind of.
If I'm starting up front, I'm like, yeah, throw the green flag. Let's get this going. So I'm up front. I ain't behind nobody. I can run my own pace. I'm racing with fucking Larson and Reddick and AJ and guys that are going to be smart. So, yeah, let's go. And the guys in the back are going, please don't. Probably from Kyle Busch on back, there's a lot of, I don't want to do this. But I'd be like, hey, it's not going to rain all day. It'll clear up eventually. A lot of that fucking rain wax shit on their windshields and the windshield wiper.
Windshield, that is what we'll be seeing these drivers have.
God, I don't ever worry about trying to go to Watkins Glen as much as I love this track.
NASCAR is telling the
I would
drivers
not
and
want to
teams
try to
that they're
figure
going
out the
bring them
logistics
on
of trying
the
to
pit
go to
road,
Watkins
but the drivers are
Glen
going to
from
stay
here.
in the cars.
That would be a nightmare.
So I'm wondering if they're still wanting some positive affirmation that they're
Where
ready for
even
the
is
racing
Watkins
services
Glen
ready to
to
actually.
I think it's upstate. Ain't got for those of you in the Northeast. I don't know geography. Watkins Glen is like upstate New York.
So many of these drivers
I'm assuming.
have never raced in
Karen, you'd probably know. Michael, you'd know. You guys live in the Northeast.
Out in the
get
middle
out
of
here and run with this car.
Chris, what you missed is they're about to come down pit road and try to wait for the rain to lighten up a little more. Because it's kind of too heavy right now.
Unsure. Junior.
We're having a
Yeah, I
heavy
think one of the
flow
reasons
right
why
now,
we're going
as
to
they say.
bring the cars down to pit road is there are a few spots on this racetrack where there's going to collect water, and one of those spots is over here in the bus stop. It's pretty much
The bus stop.
part of the racetrack, and I can
GTA
see
Ballad Gay Tony
at least
soundtrack.
exiting
The bus stop.
There's a puddle of water that's streaming across the racetrack, a stream of water, and it's all they're
Streaming?
already
What
seeing
platform?
cars really having a tough time just at pace road speed, being able to control that particular area, hydroplaning a little bit with the tires. So they're going to try to get this particular part
Well,
of the
I mean, I had to call it the way I saw
water
it.
free as best as
That's
possible.
just the
But
way
I
it
imagine,
is.
as a driver, there's other areas.
Yeah, Watkins Glen's upstate. I could tell by all the goddamn trees.
There's going to be other places on the racetrack where water will
Remember George Carlin talking about New Jersey? The Garden State. Yes, if you're growing smokestacks, maybe.
Yeah, there's not many pretty places in New Jersey at all.
From the highway, it's beautiful. Because it's like, oh, that's why it's called the Garden State. Because when you're on the highway, it's green,
But
motherfucker.
then you get
Yeah.
more into New Jersey, you're like, what the fuck?
What a shit heap.
There is no massive puddling. There is no water running across the racetrack. There's so
In other news, water is wet.
They just can't put the drivers
And like I said, we can race in the rain, but not too much rain.
at all. You gotta just have
It looked fine right until they run into pace laps. Then it just started pouring again.
Yeah, for no apparent
just not
reason.
enough experience for the drivers
And now
to
it's
handle.
lightened up
And
again.
Jeff, there's
It
one
looks
more
like on this
spot
side of the track
here
it's
in
lightened
turn
up.
3, actually at the bottom of turn 2 on the inside, and also on the inside of turn 3 here in the S's, where water is starting to pond up just a little bit. That's what we had at Coda. And
You missed a
also
lightning
at,
delay, but I didn't
the
start streaming
Roval,
until
where
about
when you get into that, then the
15,
hardwood
20 minutes ago.
I know they'd love to take care of that, bring out the Toyota Tundra track drying.
Ta 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 ta
to
ta ta
address
ta
this.
ta ta
There are
ta 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 ta.
spots right now that have ponded up here within the last few minutes.
We got a shot at that.
Talk about the rain. I think another thing that's affecting this decision.
Charlotte.
The radar. I see maybe 15 or 20 minutes most of rain. So since we know
So
we're
we
going
got
into the
drain
dry,
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna move out.
I'm gonna go ahead and put the dry tires on.
Put your big boy pants on and drop the green flag. We ain't got all damn day.
if it
One
doesn't
race
rain
where it
hard
was like
enough to
split
continue to
field.
puddle, we can get going.
Half the
But I
guys
think
were on
NASCAR sees
slicks.
that radar.
Portland.
You know,
Pretty sure it was
that
Portland.
we're probably
Yeah.
not going to have any heavy rain, so let's blow the puddles
They
off,
started
and
the
then
race, and guys were pitting on
let
like
these guys
lap
loose.
two.
I mean,
Changing their tires
have
to
to
rain
agree.
tires.
we want to make
dry
sure
tires,
everybody.
whatever.
I'm great with running in the
Oh,
wet,
man.
and the intentions is to run in the wet, but there's a difference between the wet and
Fuck you,
standing water
Tigers.
is a major issue.
And this car puddling, definitely issues. They've run before.
Why does NBC get stuck with so many weather delays?
Before on a road course.
There you go. They showing the Xfinity. Yeah, this is the Cup race that started on rain tires at Charlotte. We would have been there, but COVID happened.
And that's what we saw. We saw
And then Coda last year was a whole other clusterfuck. See, that's too much.
And NASCAR did everything they could to try to get this race in, and there were some pretty big.
Nuh-uh, they gave it to Chase Elliott.
This race right here ended up being
They gave it to Chase.
But I think that's the one where the drivers got together with NASCAR and said, okay, we're up for running in the wet, but we have to be able to have a little bit more confidence.
Brock Lesnar's out there. Look.
And that's what it's all about. So,
That's an interesting use of a tractor.
and as we just saw,
Have they
the
ever done
radar,
anything that
it's
crazy
looking
in
good once
wrestling?
this rain
With a
shower
tractor,
Like
no.
that
passes
kind
through.
of crazy.
So the
I
drivers
know they've
still
done
have
stuff like that.
They brought the pit road.
But that
They're
was
gonna
that
get
to
rid of
me
some
was kind of
tires.
like
Maybe
next
we'll
level.
see a
Like,
green
holy
flag
shit.
It
this
was
This race is
because
never gonna
the
start.
block beat the rain. That's what made it crazy.
Stone Cold Steve Austin drove a fucking Zamboni.
True.
He damn near knocked the big screen down with the beer truck. Remember they did that corny ass game where the Big Show pulled the big screen down, but it was clearly them just like lowering it.
I think
It was in like '99, I think. Well, it's the big. If it rains again, I'm playing WWE. I want to stream 2K22 if we never get this race going. Wonderful. Yes. Why did that bad bruise on Liv Morgan's face make her more attractive to me after she got kicked in the face on SmackDown?
Ooh, who she get kicked?
I think Sonya Deville kicked her. Ooh. No. It was fucking the fuck. Why am I blanking on her name? Shayna Baszler. Yeah, Shayna Baszler gave her a bruise.
Oh yeah, that had to hurt.
Yeah. I would let Rhea Ripley kick me, but she's the only one I'd let kick me. Do you see how she's been like trolling the Mysterio? So
yes.
Everybody remembers the famous segment of Cena, Edge, and Mysterio on SmackDown talking backstage, and Ray's doing pull-ups in the background. And then there's the blooper of that when they were trying to film that, and he fucking fell. On Raw Monday, Priest and Finn Balor are talking, and Rhea Ripley's in the background doing fucking pull-ups like Rey Mysterio. Awesome. And they go to, like, you see Finn and Priest talking, and then somebody tries to come in and interview him, and Finn goes, wait, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. It's like Rhea Ripley did 100 pull-ups. Like, yeah, right. She could probably, but
I don't know about 100. That's a lot.
She's in the fucking background doing the fucking Rey Mysterio.
It's hilarious how they would have came up with that.
That and the I'm Your Poppy shirt. When she wore the I'm Your Poppy shirt and beat the shit out of Dominic while she was wearing it.
Freaking choked him with her legs.
If you're Dominic, how do you, like, because, okay, I buy that Rhea Ripley could beat a man's ass.
Yes.
But if you're Dominic, you're like, man, why am I, you're punking me with this chick.
Yeah, they really are.
And he's the only one she's doing it to.
And now you got people giving him dominatrix memes and shit, so it's like...
That picture I shared when she had her fucking legs around, I'm like, oh man, Dominic Mysterio is living out all my dreams on live television too. Yeah, I'd like to have Dominic Mysterio's job because I'd probably be better in the ring than he is. Not as athletic.
And even then, he's really not that athletic either.
Yeah.
Like, not really.
I'm just amazed that they put him on TV as soon as they did and have kept him on. I'm just like, God damn, he's not like horrible or anything, but
He's really average.
yeah, I didn't think he was ready for prime time or nothing like that.
Me either, and he clearly can't talk.
They must have been really desperate for content during the fucking empty arena days.
Steve, I'm down here actually right now with the team, and basically it spun itself around is what happened. So they're actually getting a backup windshield wiper here, working with NASCAR to get that fixed and sort of looking at how they can stop it from doing that. But if it went down, it won't actually clear the water here for Mike Rockefeller. And as we know, vision super important. And just up and down.
Rockefeller, all the road course ringer names are back.
And look at the cars, look at different things in the cars, handing drivers towels to dry themselves off.
When are we going to get rain racing in a NASCAR game on a road course?
Situation here.
Hell, we got to get a good NASCAR game before we can worry about cool shit like that. Yeah. GTA rain is pretty good in GTA 5. I actually like how the rain is in that.
That was low, though.
I'm getting busted for GTA 4. I got a YouTube video showing me how to fucking downgrade GTA 4 to a previous version. And if you downgrade GTA 4 to a previous version, you can play online on PC again. And I've got a video saved, and I'm like, this week, when I'm off one of these days, I'm going to go in here and fucking sort this out, and I'm going to play Busted on GTA 4, since I can't on 5M anymore. Because on GTA 4, they can't ban you, because Busted on there is not a private server. There's a Discord where people, like, go to look for people to play with and shit. So I'm looking forward to figuring that out. The only reason I hold off is because I've tried to mess with mods for GTA 4 before, and it's a pain in the ass. But if a video can just show me step by step, because I'm a dumb fuck, I can figure it out. I know how to do mods when it's like, put this in this folder. Easy. Like my Arkham Knight mod, where I can free roam as Nightwing and Robin and all the other characters. That was easy. It was like, download this, put it in this folder. In the folder, the guy was like, when you put it in this folder, it creates new DLC slots for your Arkham Knight main menu, and those DLC slots just load you into the open world with whichever character you want to play as. Nightwing, Red Hood, Robin, Harley, Batgirl, all of them. That's incredible, Cole. So Chris, get GTA 4 on PC. You don't even need a good PC. That game's old as fuck. An average PC now can probably run GTA 4.
You know exactly when to go. It's a little tough, honestly.
Sunday.
And Saturday.
You want to get, once you start to see a dry line.
That was on King of the Hill. There was a commercial for a lawnmower convention. Sunday, Sunday, and Saturday. It's the National Lawnmower Expo in Dallas. The biggest names in mowers, hitchers, and clippers. Be there. I still love Boomhauer on the virtual lawnmower. Boomhauer's got a VR headset on. He's riding a fake lawnmower. And he's like, oh, dang, I'll tell you what, dang old crap, man. And he reaches down, and you hear, and he holds his hand up in front of the VR headset that shows he has no fingers. He goes, I ain't got no fingers. It was like shitty 90s VR. But he's like, I ain't got no fingers.
Not too bad. Manageable display. I think he said the worst part was going to be the spray.
I played my best game in Madden 23 earlier, and I have witnesses for it. I was the Chargers, and I beat the Cowboys 54-9. I blocked an extra point. I blocked a field goal. I blitzed the corner and sacked Dak Prescott on a 4th down attempt. Yeah, the one menu said 60, and the others. Whatever screen you want to believe.
7 different countries that are represented, and we are doing this race radio style once again. Always look forward to doing that. That means that we bring in Mike Bagley from SiriusXM MRN, as well as have Dale Jr. and Jeff Burton out on the course.
How do you spell S's? There's your answer.
Bagman, what's it like in the S's right now? Is there standing water over there?
Yes, there is. We've already had a couple of.
It's not raining as hard though.
And matter of fact, we've got more coming through now.
So let's go. It's killing me. I know it's killing you.
They're trying to blow off all the excess water to try, not to dry the track, but to blow off the excess.
The extra water. Dude, so after this weekend, next weekend in Darlington, I have 3 straight weekends of not having to work a Saturday or a Sunday. This morning, I got a text from my manager, and she was like, that Hayden guy doesn't work here anymore. Would you like to come in today? And I said, no, but I'll take his Wednesday night shift. I was going to be off 3 days. So I said, give me one in the middle of that to make up for not filling in for him today. So I could have worked today, but I was like, nah. I got the text as soon as I woke up at like 8:30. I was like, But I will work Wednesday night because I immediately went to the schedule and said what other day was he meant to work this week. In Mexico, they're called essays, yeah. Through the essays.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm starting to see.
Remember that Gilbert Gottfried joke? What did the Mexican say when the house fell on him? Get off me, Holmes. Fucking Gilbert Gottfried. Another good one he had was, they say that anal sex is for assholes. Dale Jr. retired at the right time. He never had to race in the rain. He would have hated it. He didn't like road courses to begin with. Till Steve Letarte made him like them. Junior was so fast at Sonoma the last couple of years he ran. Sonoma was always his worst track, other than Rockingham. But the last time he raced at Rockingham, he did get a top 5. They said Junior was more excited about a top 5 at Rockingham than he was winning the Daytona 500 the week before.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Think about that. All week long we've talked about how these cars use the curves through the interloop where you are. Every single part of the racetrack, they use the curves. The curves are painted, and that means they're probably slicker. And on top of that, a lot of those curves have grooves cut in them to create a place where they don't really want you to run.
Chris, I was about to sing that Mexican-American song from Cheech and Chong. Mexican-American like to take Spanish and get a B. Mexican-American love their nanas and their ninas and their nona-nana-ninas. The part about the Mexican guy taking Spanish class and getting a B was the funniest part. Hey, Chris, sing that song that they sang after that. I'm not going to sing it. I'm going to mute my mic and sing it for Anthem.
You said adverse.
Yeah, I did.
You look like you're the deadliest catch out there in the middle of the ocean. Dale Jr. looks like he's waiting for a dinner reservation. Like, what is the deal here?
Dale Jr.'s getting ready to go for a shift at the Olive Garden if you look at his shirt. Triumph the Insult Comic Dog burned somebody. It was at some awards show once. It was some, I can't remember what actress it was. It was like a younger actress. And he goes, if she's here at the awards tonight, who's covering her shift at the Olive Garden? I wish I could remember who he said that about.
Look at Bagman. Now that right there is tough. Although I will say,
You
Bagman,
get stabbed.
it looks like 5 steps forward and you would have a roof. I'm not calling you out there, but
Well, but the camera's here and the roof is over there. My thing, who needs Roker and Cantori when you got Uncle Baggy and the S's at Watkins?
Yeah, as long as Jim Cantori's not here, we're not going to die. He only goes where there's a chance you might die.
Beautiful day at work.
He's like the fucking Grim Reaper. If I'm ever in town and I see Jim Cantori walking around in bad weather on the way, I'm like,
Racing Archie Parker.
I do love a bit of rain racing, but right now I found a way out of the rain. That's in the Trackhouse Project.
That's
91
Darian Grubb.
Box with Darian Grubb. So Kimi Raikkonen making his
he was
first
Tony
start
Stewart's
in
crew
the NASCAR
chief
Cup Series, and
for a long
now
time.
this rain. What is
Won
he
the
gonna say about
championship in
radio so far
2011.
those pace laps?
Got fired, got told he was getting fired because they were having a shitty year, but he got to finish the year and they won the championship.
Procedures and what's going on with the car. Done a great job adapting all week.
He was Jimmy Johnson's crew chief in early '06 when Chad Knaus got sent home for trying to cheat before the Daytona 500, which Jimmy Johnson still won anyway, with Darian Grubb as his crew chief.
I personally want to do that because he's probably got more.
Yeah, they're still parked, but they're getting close.
We're really looking forward to that. Get going here.
I was going to ask you about that.
It's going to be a good race when it does start.
Hey, I actually would like it to rain. I mean, that's with his experience level. If it rains, I think that's an advantage in some respect.
Yeah, I think nobody wants it to, but he does feel like he would probably have an advantage on some of the competitors out there, just based on his experience in the rain. But everything else is so new. I mean, it's still going to be a lot of drama going on.
Did the teammates have anything to say about the weather out there and what the conditions are, and if we could get going here soon?
I haven't talked to him personally myself. Just talking to Kimi, it sounds like there is quite a bit of water ponding up in a lot of areas. But he's saying that even if the best thing is to get the tires pumping and get the track clear with that.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's kind of fun to see this team not only make
Kimi Raikkonen's like, let's race, you pussies. Kimmy's an asshole, by the way, but everybody loves him. He's not. He's got a weird personality. Trying to think of like who's an NFL guy I could compare. He's like Jay Cutler a little bit. That's what Kimi Raikkonen kind of reminds me of.
well, we all know
Interesting
Tyler likes to be
comparison.
challenged, so this will be,
Better at what he does than Jay Cutler was, but personality-wise, they're very similar.
Coda the other year.
I get big Cutler vibes from Kimmy.
Everybody's kind of on, level playing ground there. So this card's going to be a little bit of a new thing for us. We don't, we haven't really run in the rain with it, so we got to figure that out. And Tyler's certainly up for the challenge.
So you never know. Up, right? Tyler coming down pit road said, "Man,
God
I
damn
need
it,
some rain
moved my
X right
leaderboard."
away," because inside the visor was fogging up. Is that correct?
Yeah, with his visor down, it was fogging up just a little bit, and then we don't know how well these cars are going to be sealed up and all that right now, right? Because we haven't run.
I should go on a binge and we watched Kimi Raikkonen Formula One interviews.
So he's a little timid about running his visor up, so it kind of makes it a little tricky. We're going to give him some Rain X for his visor, and we'll be good to go, I think. I think we'll have to run, a little bit here in the wet. It looks like the weather's clearing out a little bit. There's some opening behind it, so I think we're going to have to run a little while in the wet. How long that'll be, I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. So you
Do it now.
You're sitting comfortable here. You got 2 wins. You're in the playoffs. You're locked in. Can you imagine being the guys out right now? But
Hey Dylan, should me, you, and Cameron split an NFL and Anthony too? Split an NFL Red Zone subscription? Because I'd like to have Red Zone.
Well, I think we've certainly seen that the other
Well,
year.
fuck you. No.
With the Gen 6 car, the guys that got
I don't know how much it costs.
I'm heavy Republican,
quicker,
so I'm
made up
against
a lot of
it.
ground than the guys that were.
No, wait, you're Republican. You like Red Zones.
I mean, my bad. I'm
kind of gave up
Democratic.
sometimes.
I'm
So,
everything.
So you don't even know.
looks like once the weather clears out,
You don't know what fucking party you represent.
How much is it?
that's
I haven't even
so I
looked.
think you'll see it'll be kind of a race to get to the dries and make up as much time as you can.
The important thing is I hope I can get it on my PS4 and Xbox so I can have it on that little TV while I have shit going on this TV while I'm streaming.
Little nerves in the 12 camp, but over here in the 8
I'll be
camp,
over here.
2 wins are feeling good right now.
Feeling good down here in the 34 as well, Marty. Michael McDowell, he gets a win. He is in the playoffs. Now, let me explain what's going on here. This is interim crew chief Chris Yergis. The normal crew chief, if I can call Blake Harris normal, right? He is at home in the command center.
How much Red Zone
working
cost?
by communication with the team here because
$5 a
race
month
to
for
go.
Red
He's
Zone.
got 2 weeks left. He will
Are you
rejoin the
serious?
playoffs and
If you download the NFL app,
so the interesting
it's
thing
like
is,
Red
Chris is
Zone
just
for just
telling me
$5 a month as a standalone streaming service. So I can get the NFL app on my PlayStation and get a Red Zone sub, and I'll just pay for it if I get $5. Like the fuck? I thought it would be more than that, because Sunday Ticket's crazy. Sunday Ticket's the dream,
it is.
but
It is.
yeah.
But I think a lot of that is because of how many services offer NFL Sunday Ticket.
NFL Sunday. Let me look at the Sunday Ticket cost again. Cameron had it one year for free because it came with his DirecTV when he first got it.
This might be advantage, Michael.
Absolutely, Michael loves the rain.
Sunday Ticket costs $293.96. Actually, no. The full plan is a solid $395.99. That would be something where it's like, yeah, let's all split it 4 ways. But Red Zone, I'll pay for Red Zone. I don't give a shit. Yeah, after the race, I'm gonna get on my PS4. Hell, I could just do it now. Not like we got anything else to do. Do it closer to the season. I'll get Red Zone.
No one has ran a next-gen car in the rain. There's a lot of variables with sealing the cars up, a lot of different things.
I'm
with
upset
radios,
because
communication,
Spencer
all
Boyd
that we're trying to work through. Everybody's trying to work through.
Oh, really?
When you go to the drive, what do you want to see?
See, I've come to the conclusion. Last year was the first time I ever watched a lot of Red Zone. Cause I'm like, I don't like watching Red Zone. I want to watch full games. I'll try to focus on the game. If I'm watching a race, watching Red Zone at the same time is the best thing for me. I can keep an eye on everything and watch the race. If I'm trying to watch a game in a race, it's kind of.
If we can't race in this damn rain, why do we got rain tires and windshield wipers?
Use the VPN. You can get it for cheaper.
So we just got to rely on Michael.
Well, $5 ain't bad.
Cars is another indicator of how wet it is out there.
And the season's like 4 months. So.
Fuel windows for what we had originally planned.
All right, guys, and if any of this wasn't to the liking of Crew Chief Blake Harris, he will be telling Chris immediately, because from the command center, he'll give him the information.
That's great insight, Dave.
Honestly, I wouldn't pay for Red Zone, because if I wasn't a live streamer during those games, I'd just watch that bullshit Red Zone stream I have on my computer. But I use my computer for streaming. And I remember one time, it was Washington versus Pittsburgh on a Monday during COVID, because it got delayed till a Monday. And I was getting done streaming something else. I was like, hey, let's check out the Pittsburgh-Washington game. I could show a little bit of it. Blocked immediately as soon as I even showed like a frame of the Pittsburgh-Washington game. Just blocked. I was like, God damn. I'm like, how did all those NFL highlight channels get away with it? Because like Highlight Heaven and all them post NFL clips all the time. I showed like a frame of a Steelers game and got shit canned.
With his success on the racetrack and some of the things he gets himself involved in on the racetrack, there's been
We're back to talking about Ross.
But when we have a guest come on the Dale Jr. Download, it's a real opportunity to dive
or Ty Gibbs.
into who this person is and to get to know them much better. And Ty's going to be in
Ty
the
Gibbs
sport for a really long time. The idea is that he's going to be successful and he's going to be around for a while. So it's a great chance for us to get to know him early and to continue to sort of learn about this guy and have him back several times throughout his career. But just when somebody's so polarizing, you really want to get a chance to talk to him, ask him all the questions. Why'd you do this? What were you thinking here? And we get that chance on the Dale Jr. Download. It's a lot of fun.
Young, aggressive driver again, subbing for Kurt Busch here.
Pull up some Kimi interviews. This fucking delay goes much longer.
On Friday at 4 in between the Xfinity Series qualifying show and the Cup Series qualifying show. Again, Friday, 4:30 p.m. on YouTube.
I already listened to that episode at work when I was pretending to listen to customers. I've mastered pretending to give a shit and hearing just enough to say something back while still having my headphones in. God, some people just don't shut the fuck up. There's only like 1 or 2 people that comes in that just won't shut the fuck up. Yay, I guess the crowd's cheering, so I guess that means we're going. Yay! And it's still raining, so good. It's almost 5 o'clock, motherfucker. Ozzy. Oh, yeah. He's got tiny hands. He's got tiny hands. This draft class sucks. He's got tiny hands. I like how Harvick's car looks like a nice, cool can of Busch beer that came out of the fridge because of all the water on it.
Under the windshield, but you need to sort of get rid of this to start. So it's just one of the problems these
Get that can of Busch out the cooler.
We get going, some of these teams try to remove this fog that gets in the race car when you have this condensation inside, and they let them sit here and sort of get hot.
Hey Parker, so help me out here. So when this rain does go away, we're going to take our wet tires off. Now we have to
to put the dry tires on. This area right here, the window, I'm going to circle it. Can you point to the air inlet at the top of the window? So normally that brings fresh air in. That's an opening, and it's required in these cars until it rains. You're allowed to plug it. So Parker, that is grip.
Well, Harvick winning multiple is nothing new, but at least we got a break from it last year.
Plan, it looks like already to get this back off.
It's like a latch. You can just flip it out of there, right? So some of these teams have all different sort of designs of how they do this. They're allowed to use different thought processes for how they do this. But yeah, there's like almost a little spot you can put your hand in there and pull this thing out for when it dries.
Chainsaw.
That airflow again when there's not water on the racetrack.
There's a chainsaw killer on the loose.
Bring that up, Marty, just because, hey, you know, when you go back to drives, that's live pit stop. You can lose spots, so you don't want to have to mess with that for extra seconds. That wants to be a quick adjustment.
Yeah, that's a good.
Remember when the network said starting races at 3 in the afternoon was better? Hey, Marty Snyder, why's your son such a dumbass? Yeah.
He has the #1 pit stall, so they're trying desperately to get this a little bit more dry. But look behind.
Look up Marty Snyder interviewing Captain Morgan at New Hampshire in 2014. I like Marty, all right. He's no Dick Berggren, but then again, nobody ever will be. He's no Steve Burns either.
Absolutely. I'm a little concerned about our man there standing next to the electrical cord in the running water.
Yeah, did you see that?
Now, these are all the things we don't know. I love the fact
that is definitely shocking.
It's going to be like that guy on the Green Mile. Oh, this is a shocking experience.
But I love the fact, because if this didn't exist, okay, so the rain just stopped.
I quoted a Boomer movie. Green Mile's a total Boomer movie.
I mean, look at the time of day.
Yeah, it's good.
Closing in on 5 o'clock. If there was no rain planned, then these amazing fans that have packed this.
Man, my son's going to play fucking hell on them now.
Missing a race because it's 2 hours. The sun's going to set around 8 o'clock. So, you know, even though we couldn't run in standing water, the sun is out now, and these guys are going to go to green flag. So this is just a huge compliment and a tip of the hat to Goodyear and NASCAR for, you know, giving us a chance to put.
And a big fuck you to the TV networks for insisting on late start times.
You believe that this track will dry up to the point where they'll go to the slick. So let's listen in.
I wanted to race in active rain.
I think they're already thinking about it.
How long do you run? How long does it take for it to dry up enough to where you feel like you're comfortable getting on the slicks? The guys that were on the aggressive side of that at the Roval the other year when we went through this were the ones that made up all the time. So you're going to have to help us with that because you're going to be the one out there doing it, seeing it.
All right, so here's the pros and cons. If there is a dry line, the tire on your right, the slicks, will outrun the rain tires by 10, 20 miles an hour, by 4 or 5 seconds a lap. Easy. The negative is, if it's dry 2/3 of the way around here and there's one wet spot in the bus stop or one wet spot in the carousel, your driver has to change his line. If you take those slicks through the wet, you are off track. There is 0 traction. So, you know, it's easy to say, oh, be aggressive, switch over. That's fun until your car's backwards into the gravel or the tire barrier. So, I like what Randall was saying. He was basically saying, listen, the radar's good. This isn't on me anymore. You, as a race car driver, have to come up with, you know, a point where you're like, okay, I'm ready. And he kind of gave him a little nudge of, hey, earlier the better. Earlier the better. Marty.
Boy, Rick, the sun's come out here on the front stretch. So, Steve, when it rains like this, other than what's going to
It's going to be steamy.
What's your #1 concern?
Yeah.
Electronics, right?
Steamy.
So we saw that with Chase Elliott earlier. They went to the backup helmet. That is fine. That is now working for Chase Elliott and Alan Gustafson. But is there a problem for Christopher Bell and Adam Stevens? Listen.
I heard Adam good. Christopher was all broke up. I just wondered if something ain't wet.
There you go, Steve. So the
Ain't nobody wet in this race. It's all dudes. All.
Electronics. We talked about Chase Elliott's pit stall. Gotta make sure those radios are good as well.
I will say, Rick, you know, it's easy to say now. But
I love that. That's genius.
The opportunity to run in the rain in the most crucial part of the season.
That's why
I think some of these bigger teams are going to lead here with a list and put a little bit of effort, personnel, finance behind some of these issues we're seeing now that we know what they perhaps are.
I want to be the guy getting the push on the fucking broom thing there.
I'm the guy with the leaf blower because there's no chance I'm going to stay on that roller or trust you.
And they have 5 sets of tires, Steve, and that now can be a combination, correct? Of wet weather tires.
We're rolling again.
Well, they have 5 sets of each. Right. So yeah. So they have 10 sets total, 5 laps, 5 drives. So. I think we're
SmackDown audio engaged.
dries up.
It's a rainbow.
There's got to be a pot of gold at the end of that thing.
No, there's a Jeff Gordon car sitting in Victory Lane at the end of the rainbow.
Under the rainbow.
No, but so my point. Okay, so let's see where these cars are running, right? So it's wet where they are down to the inside, but up by the curb, I mean, 39 race cars. They are going to create a dry line, I think, very, very quickly. I can't wait. I'm so thankful we're doing this radio style because we're going to be able to go to Bagley, go to Dale Jr. Because Dale, when I look at the bus stop, I think that's probably going to be one of the worst places to drive because, as you pointed out, it's totally flat back there.
Yeah, they've done a good job, though. There's a lot of water that's been removed. But again, with the elevation, the banking through.
Stop blowing the goddamn water off the track.
Directly across the racetrack, downhill into the interior of the racetrack. One thing you might see that will be abnormal to what we usually see at these races in the dry is guys may run offline. Now, this won't be an option everywhere because you have
Dirt road course.
groove at certain parts of the racetrack to the S's, the bus stop. But where the cars typically run, it puts down a lot of rubber. When you put water on top of that, it's very slick. So a lot of guys at road course races, when it rains, get off.
There's a dirt road course in NASCAR Heat 5 with this fucking dirt late models.
Maybe in other parts of the racetrack.
When are we going to get a cup race at Jefferson? Yeah, Chris, I saw people commenting on Kimi's interview saying they've never seen him talk that much like he did yesterday.
Very, very surprised by the grip that the rain tire provides. You do run slower, but it's really predictable. It's forgiving, and I think these guys won't have too tough of a time really kind of come to terms with it.
So, Dale, my one other concern as the cars go through the bus stop is we have seen a lot of guys drop a left front, right? So right here, they turn in, but as they come out of a circle right here, this area right here, we have seen guys drop a left front, or even on exit, the other side, they drop a right front. What does the grass and that area look like? We've seen infields before get super muddy, and you can't get anywhere near them. If you get where there is a great shot, like right here, you see where it's muddy. So, like right there, Dale, from your vision, or your viewpoint, excuse me, is that totally off limits now, or what does that look like?
Well, I mean, sometimes you're going to get in those areas without, by making mistakes. So, yeah, you don't want to get there, but it's going to happen. It happens in the dry. So, in the wet, these guys are going to slip a tire. You're going to end up in the grass. Probably in the second half of the bus stop, you're going to see guys dropping tires. That's going to bring that mud onto the surface. And that's going to
Kyle qualified 10th.
Straight out of the groove. Very, very treacherous in that particular area. And that'll be dirty the entire rest of the race. When this thing
Be the last time he ever drives a Snickers car.
So guys, one thing about
Somebody shed a tear, please.
This week about the rain tire. Remember, he had those rain tires on his car in Martinsville when they wet the racetrack. He said that this rain tire is much more of a tire that's kind of like a street tire. The old tire was made for almost racing in really high standing water. The other thing that
I just hope I don't want to spend money.
Longer
Oh, man.
so maybe not as difficult of a decision.
I'm going to be dumb enough to buy at least one or two, probably.
Because this tire could last a little bit longer without wearing out compared to last year's rain tire.
2 races to go before the playoffs begin, and here are the playoff standings. 14 drivers locked in. Kurt Busch has a win. He is still out, though. He won't race here. He won't race at Daytona.
That top
But
5
with that
has
win, he's still in the
2
playoffs.
drivers
He's not in the yellow yet because he's not locked in. Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., they're fighting for points.
Yeah, we heard all this conversation between the 12 and the 19. Dave, it's really a points battle. Blaney and Truex, who can run better, and they're both crossing their fingers.
Me too.
Yeah, you saw Truex there in the red, and he was reminded on these laps.
Nobody's knocking him for having a down year after the Larson.
So be careful with what you're doing there. If we can get through all the mess that we expect may happen when the green flag is thrown, then we can worry about getting our points, possibly getting our win. He's got 2 races to do it. He's only missed one time in this elimination.
Charlotte.
Yeah,
Charlotte.
Martin Truex Jr. is the first one out. Ryan Blaney is the last one in the playoffs. He just told his team moments ago, he said, listen, I will do my best until this track dries up, but he does not have a lot of experience in the rain at all. But Jonathan Hassler has shown a willingness here in the regular season to take gambles. Parker, this could be a game of who goes to slicks first Hassler might be that crew chief to make that call.
No doubt, Marty. And starting behind them is the 2007 F1 World Champion Kimi Raikkonen here, jumping in the deep end in his first ever NASCAR Cup Series start with limited time in one of these next-gen cars. And you may think that's a lot to take on, but this is something he's done his whole career. Back when he was 21 years old in 2001, he was signed to a full-time F1 ride. In his first start, he scored a point. He had only
I bet if Busher wins, NRF will say it's his first career win, not remembering that Busher won Pocono a few years ago.
He told me yesterday, I just want to have fun, and so far we've seen him all.
NRF's the kind of guy that wouldn't remember or know. He was the one saying yesterday that Byron and Larson's cars were legitimate safety hazards for looking identical. It's like, actually they're not. I mean, it's just a car. Well, you can see how wet the track still is by all the water being kicked up on Harvick's camera.
NBC Sports says they have come on board and are helping us out with this view from Kevin Harvick.
But it looks real dry in some places. I just realized we're going green this time because the lights are off on the pace car. I think. Oh, no, those lights are, well, no, it's the driver's lights.
Again, looking forward to the green flag here. And there's the coach.
Yay.
And this will be a little different as well, Steve.
Single file start. NASCAR has the discretion to
Elliott, Larson, or Reddick. It's the only viable options. Single file start. She's still wet. God damn. Half the field's probably going like caution speed into turn one. McDowell and Larson side by side for second. I figure McDowell will be more aggressive because he ain't got nothing to lose. The guys who don't have anything to lose are going to be more aggressive.
Everyone tiptoeing their way through turns 2, 3, and 4 in hot pursuit of Chase Elliott.
Look at that spray. It's difficult for everybody that's back there from fifth on back to see.
Into the bus stop.
Chase Elliott down into the bus stop. Watching everybody gingerly go through this part of the racetrack. I do not envy these drivers under these conditions. Watching them around the curve.
I think Junior's favorite races are the ones he's glad he's not in. I guess Kyle had to go to the rear for adjustments because he qualified 10th. My leaderboard's not updating. At least it hasn't yet. Because it's got Byron and Kyle Busch still in the top 10. They didn't start there. They had to go to the back. 3 wide. They made it one lap without killing each other. Yeah, like I said, if you're up front, you'd want this race to start an hour ago because he'd have been in the same position. Oh, Allmendinger got spun by Cindric. They didn't hit nothing. I think he got hit by the 2. Fired up, AJ. Come on.
Still hasn't got back on track, but we are under green. Take another look at what happened.
You see right there.
Ah, yeah. Cleaned him out. I'm going to assume he just got in too deep and it locked up. Look at, yeah, locked up, slid. Damn, that's throwback to 2018 Austin Cindric. My leaderboard's updated now. Look at that top 4 driving away from everybody. Larson a little offline. Larson got his wish. He asked for rain yesterday. Reddick's going to try to make a pass on him. Don't lock it up.
Turn number 1, he took a peek to the inside, coming out of 1, and he couldn't find the real estate that he needed,
It's free real estate.
I love that.
It's free real estate. Sorry for the ears. I got Busher 5th, so one of my bets is still up there. But he's about a mile behind these guys. Something's wrong. Why is Michael McDowell running with these three? 12 years into his career, he's developing. Yeah. It's always a trip how fast they can dry the track out, because when you see how wet it is, like, it's going to be wet for a while. In about 10 laps, they'll be begging for the other tires, I bet. 10 more laps. At least the end of stage 1 for sure. Oh, Harrison Burton got spun, and Corey LaJoy spun. That happened right after AJ. Reddick going for 3rd again. I think, yeah, Reddick made the pass that time. Larson let him have it. And McDowell to the outside of Chase. He's there. I think McDowell's taking the lead. He takes it. Lead change through the S's. Chase going to really race him out hard, though. It's early. He clears Chase. Yeah, Reddick had 3 laps to, or McDowell had 3 laps to figure out what he had. Now he locks it, so he took the lead. Chase gets a little more squirrely off the corners than the other 3 cars around him. Damn, Dale Jr.'s voice cracked. This has been too long of a day. Here comes Reddick to the outside of Chase. Gilliland 10th. Good call, Michael. No, but he did put out Gilliland's won in the trucks on road courses before. Sounded like Shane McMahon when he got powerbombed backstage by Kevin Owens. Oh, that Botchamania ending at the South Park movie. You got to make a sound like a dying giraffe. No, like this. The sound of the dying giraffe in the South Park movie is actually funnier. It was If Blaney misses the playoffs because of a Michael McDowell win. Oh, Larson missed the track. Did the 31 pit and get fucking fresh tires? A little early for that. Oh, Haley's window net came down. Well, they didn't make Ryan. Do we need to go back to the All-Star race and get caught up in that again? Larson missed the butt. He didn't want to run Chase over. Because Chase is really being conservative, and it's starting to show. Because look at McDowell and Reddick compared to Chase. Larson didn't want to run him over. Hell, Larson only went back to 6th. Look at the gap they had. Larson had to do a stop and go, and he's 6th. Yeah, I got Busher in 4th. That track's going to dry out so fast with that sun on it.
He thought he was sailing high right now, on high tide as it were, but he looks back, he's got Tyler Reddick starting to close in on
certain places are definitely drier than others.
But both McDowell and Reddick are searching for the most grip they can, and the wettest part of the racetrack.
We got to have a Busher versus McDowell battle for the win, so it's really dramatic for the playoffs.
Back to the very back of the screen, the 17 of Busher in 4th place, having another solid run. Marty, what you got?
Junior, the driver, holding on to the last playoff spot is Ryan Blaney. He started 21st. He's still in 21st.
Truex 25th. Yeah, damn. Harvick 33rd. Blaney says he can't see his fuel pressure.
There you go. So, Steve, I know that's one gauge that's gone bad inside the 12 car. I would assume for Jonathan Hassler, he's worried more might go bad inside the car. But the fuel pressure, driver not being able to read it, worry you at all?
I think you're going to be okay at this point. You're going to go off math. Now, you'd hate it if you had to diagnose an issue, you won't be able to. But at this point, there's nothing you can do. 6 laps complete. Track somewhat drying right here. You're starting to see a dry line, Rick. I don't think it'll be long. Someone is going to make that big jump, and it's a big jump. It's a cannonball over the slicks because they will have very low grip in the wet.
Michael McDowell out front here at Watkins Glen.
McDowell, Reddick, Elliott, Busher, Suarez. My back hurts. I hate this chair. This chair can kiss my ass. The day I get a good chair in here, I am going to dump this piece of shit on the fucking side of the road.
And then smack it just for, good
Nah, for anybody who watched my GTA 4 stream this morning, I played this mission in GTA 4. It's the one where Nico goes with Jimmy Pecorino to the meeting, and they're going to exchange money for this thing from this other Mafia family. Well, of course, the other Mafia family jumps Jimmy Pecorino. You got to save Jimmy and then chase them down and get the tribute back, get the money back or whatever. So you follow them, they get out of the car. In the past, I've beat this mission this way. I dropped a grenade on their car as they parked it and drove off. It blew up and it said, "You destroyed the offering. Mission failed." And I was like, oh. I was like, I guess I did it too soon because I've done it before when they're out of the car. So I do the mission again. Same thing again. I wait till they're out of the car, drop the grenade. Boom! Oh, you destroyed the offering. And I was like, ugh, whatever. Third attempt. I wait until the dude with the tribute runs up the stairs, and I blow up the car with the other guys. I chase the dude up the stairs, shoot him with a shotgun, shoot him 3 extra times. You destroyed the offering. Mission failed. And I'm like, I've been playing this game for 15 years. And I was like, damn, what the fuck? So the next time I do it the same way again. I drive up. This time I don't put a grenade out. I crash into their car, get out. I shoot the 3 of them. The one with the offering goes up the stairs. You get to watch this on my channel. He goes upstairs. I shoot him in the leg with my Desert Eagle. Then I shoot him in the head. And then when he's on the ground, I shoot him 9 times with the Desert Eagle, 8 times with the shotgun, 40 times with the machine gun, 30 times with the assault rifle, 10 times with the sniper, shot him with a rocket launcher, and blew him up with a grenade. But I did all this after I picked up. No, there's only sticky bombs in the DLC. Yeah. So after I took the offering, I did all that. I was like, yeah, I think I killed him this time, Rockstar. Are you happy now? You destroyed the offering. I had to play the same fucking mission 4 times. And I've remembered in GTA 4, if you fail a mission, there's different dialogue the second time around. After the 3rd time, the guy just goes, let's listen to the radio. I was like, damn. They don't want to talk to me no more. Chris Buescher just pitted and put dry tires on. So Buescher's the first one. That means he's going to be hauling ass. Good for both. Todd Gilliland, 6th. Austin Dillon, 10th.
I think he's lost.
Some reality TV star. McDowell still leading with Reddick on his bumper. I said within 10 laps, and Buescher pitted about, 3 laps after that. Go bowling. Now I really want to play GTA 4. Everybody putting their normal tires on. And they're still on the wet tires. Yeah. I think it will affect McDowell more than it will Reddick, because I just think Reddick's going to be fast no matter what. Yeah.
These guys are basically running in the mid to low 82s. That is about, call it 10 to 12 seconds off what we would expect, 11 seconds off what we would expect. So I think that once you break the 80-second mark, Rick,
Gilliland got a top 5 at Indianapolis.
Other teams have gone now. I like the aggressive call, though.
McDowell still out front, has Tyler Reddick hounding him every single lap.
Track's so dry now, you can almost run just flat out. Look how they're driving into the water on the fucking straightaway to keep the tires wet. Not every day you see somebody get a 9-second gap on Chase Elliott on a road course.
Michael McDowell and Tyler Reddick have broken away by now 9 seconds over Chase Elliott. This is a private battle for the lead as they climb to the clouds through turn number 3, working their way over to turn number 4. McDowell now is going to pad his lead by about 5 car lengths as they continue to look for as much grip as they possibly can.
What an impressive drive.
And as it gets faster and faster, those aero effects like the dirty air and all that starts to come back in. It gets harder to pass.
If Todd Gillen catches Chase,
Impressive run by Reddick, showing the talent he has. Such a
If Todd Gillen catches Chase, Chase needs to pit.
he's only
I think the
second.
difficult decision on when to put dry zone is number 1, how dry is the track. Number 2, how long will these tires last in these conditions? That's why they're searching around looking for wet racetrack on these straights. There's no history, no understanding of what these tires will do.
We're all looking for the wet.
Tyler Reddick actually sitting there in second in that blue and white.
Jeff Burton, that's how we live our lives, don't we?
On slicks, Randall Burnett said, no, we cannot because we are not in our fuel window right now. If
So they're just committed to like, we're not changing our strategy.
cool, please. We want to go about 8 more laps. So, Steve, that's the biggest factor for a lot of these leaders. They want to wait until that fuel window opens to make it on 2 stops today.
So 2 stops, Rick. We figure 33, 34 laps on fuel. If you come at lap 17, right before the pit road closes at the end of stage 1, it's short, 2 or 3 laps short, but you know you're going to get enough yellows.
Oh.
You hope you get enough yellows to save gas. You only
That's Gillen.
And we're going to see some more cars hitting pit road here as we saw the
I guess Chase is taking it easy, trying to stay on the same fuel strategy.
also coming. Ty Dillon in the 42, Bubba Wallace.
Cindric's getting his slick tires.
To put those slick tires on.
I think the guys staying out are going to be in the best shape if the tires last. They only got to last 6 or 7 more laps.
There he is, Jonathan Hasser. We talked about it. They have the most to lose.
Reddick going for lead.
Will not be in their fuel window. Just sitting here on lap 10, working lap
Gillen passed Chase for third.
to slick.
12 seconds back.
Maybe if Art Truex Jr. and his team might counter this move as well,
Give him the
Dave.
bump.
And we shall see. when we
Kyle
get
Busch
the
getting his
start.
slick tires.
Been outstanding right here as Michael McDowell continues to
Did
hold
Bubba really have a 30-second stop, or is that wrong?
him in the Chevy. Truex, Crew Chief James Small told me this morning
Yeah, the driver.
believe that the 12 may mirror
Truex
everything that they
with
do
a
like they
13.
did last week at Richmond Raceway. We'll see what happens next with the 19 team. They said they were coming to pit road next time to get in for fresh tires, and they'll probably be slicks.
Well, the reason they're going to slicks is that 17 of Buscher, the 14 of Briscoe. Briscoe, fastest car on the racetrack on slicks. So I know they were thinking about fuel windows, but right now, if you stay
Yikes. And that's an inexperienced driver, too, in that 27, so that had to be nerve-wracking.
just uncomfortable for the crew chiefs. This is
What McDowell and Reddick don't want to see is a caution. They want this to go green.
As you look at the top
They get a caution, they're fucked.
Reddick first and second, look on the screen in the pylon.
Yeah.
in position.
Joey Hand.
Gillen has ran all the way up into 3rd place. Teammate to Mike McDowell. Pretty impressive run for that young man. As you
Oh, the temptation to just cut that bus stop and go through that wet part of the track nobody's run on to get moisture on your tires.
bit lower, offsetting just a little bit for Arrow. Yeah, great battle. Fun to watch these guys going at it. See the 2 different lines down the straights. McDowell using a lot of mirror right there, trying to understand where Reddick is.
When this track completely dries out, Reddick's going to dominate. And McDowell pits first.
So McDowell will give up the lead.
When the track dries out, you probably won't see McDowell run for the lead again. I bet he can run top 5, but I don't think he'll be a threat for the win.
8 of Reddick stays out.
Reddick will be there.
Go another lap, but he's now the new leader.
Reddick's trying to win 3 straight road courses.
For Michael McDowell in Front Row Motorsports.
Richard Childress apparently wants Tyler Reddick gone as soon as possible because he signed with a Toyota team and announced it before they were ready to announce it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy never winning again with your worthless fucking grandkids. Because the one driver you have capable of winning, you want him gone now. If I was Reddick, I'd be like, man, fuck you too. I'm still gonna win these races and rub it in your face.
right here. Briscoe, Chase Briscoe, one of the first time cars to slicks. He, I believe, is going to cycle as the leader of the race.
God, Briscoe's gonna go from 10th to the lead on this cycle because of how soon he pitted.
On the left side of your screen, you should see the 34 of McDowell just show up. Oh, I think McDowell's going to beat him.
Oh, McDowell beat him. Okay.
There you go. That right there will be the race for the lead when everybody puts their slick tires.
And this is actually Reddick at this point just needs to hit pit road. I don't know what they're waiting on.
These slicks, and Briscoe's like, man, I'm back
How
here.
fast Briscoe and Buscher have been.
Attack right away.
For the lead, or eventual lead after everyone comes to pit road to make the change. McDowell still out in front.
McDowell lays over and gives it to him. Surprisingly a smart move.
And now he is right in front of the 34.
Bad fucking corner there for Briscoe. That was awful. Yeah, Buscher's here now. I got money on him.
Look at this three-car battle for the lead.
Yeah, it's going to be the lead. Because I guarantee Reddick's going to be behind these guys now. Oh, yeah, he's going to be way back.
Yeah, it's just a quick learning opportunity right here. Buscher has an opportunity to go with the 14.
We know Briscoe's good on road courses. Got the differing tires is just fucking this race in a good way. Because you're seeing guys make up 10-second gaps like it's nothing.
Look at the congestion here on the front stretch as we see Tyler
Had to go through like 2 lap cars there.
but the pack is going to go by him.
It's going to be close. Closer than I thought. How fast is Reddick to still be that close to the lead? Damn, Reddick cycled through. Still in the lead. And he's blocking the hell out of them. He's not really blocking. He's just running his line, but he's trying to get up to speed. Look at this battle. They're all, look at him. They're all darting around looking for a line. And Reddick missed the bus stop. He didn't want to go through there with all those 4 cars on top of each other. He saw the end of the Xfinity race. They played a game of chicken there, and Briscoe won it. Briscoe wins the game of chicken.
What a great battle we're watching right here. It's so much fun to learn, to watch these guys learn as quickly as they're having to. Where are the dry spots? Where are the wet spots?
For now, yeah. They gave up so much pace when they were on the wet tires. I hate that Reddick had to do a stop and go. He's so fast, he'll come back, though. McDowell going for lead. Briscoe's driving harder than anybody. Where's Bell running? Like, he was one of the first to pit, but I don't see him anywhere. God, my back hurts. I knew I've been in this chair too much today. More lap cars. God, they... About to say. Larson's still out there. He ain't even pitted. I'm about to say. It tripped me out when I saw him run up on Larson. I'm like, oh, yeah, he just ain't pitted.
About to pass Ricky, who's in second. Christopher Bell, 20th.
By the way, on the slick tires, there's not much tire fall off. Larson talked about he ran his fastest lap on 13-lap-old tires yesterday in practice. And they're darting through lap. Oh, don't be... You're going to block on fucking lap 16 like that? No wonder you don't want to fucking race, man. He won Phoenix, but he choked Bristol. He choked at Charlotte.
He'll get dumped doing that shit.
Yeah. That was a risky block to be making 16 laps into a race.
Stop getting Briscoe.
Not even a third of the way through. Running up on Chase, who's still on his original tires. Chase not making it easy either. I think he was trying to get out of the way, but damn. Chase was trying to go where there was any amount of water left to get on those tires. Pace yourself, Buscher. These 2 idiots will give it up somehow. Kansas. Second best mile and a half on the schedule, though. Maybe third now that Charlotte's back to normal. It's like those damn open wheel races in GTA. Different tire compounds.
He's going to grab 2, now 3 car legs in this battle for the lead.
Impressive to watch these 2 drivers find their way around this racetrack in some very, very treacherous conditions. Not much much of a dry racetrack. There's one groove around this racetrack that's dry up through the S's and through the bus stop. Pretty tough for these guys. They catch
Off the corner and down straightaways, McDowell's better.
in those areas. It's an opportunity though for them to
Yeah, I'm amazed that Buscher's running them down.
they can push. You saw McDowell
As hard as they're driving, I'm shocked Buscher's able to run them down.
trying to push, trying to find those limits.
Well, these
He
forwards.
said earlier he has
Again with the Fords, second week in a row.
The 14 and the 34, Briscoe and McDowell.
And another, well, he didn't block quite as hard on that straightaway.
First, their lap times were amazing. They ran Chase Elliott down on the rain tires. That was a great strategy call and it's got these guys track position. Bottom of your
Chase and Larson pitting now.
Marty, he was trying to hold on as long as he could. He's got the lap 17, but gave up the lead doing it.
These Hendrick Motorsports cars, the last one to come to pit road to take off those rain tires. And once Chase Elliott got passed on the racetrack, he plummeted through the field from the lead to 10th in one lap. Alan Gustafson, Steve, was trying to stretch it as far as he could, working lap 18 right here. He told me this morning.
Briscoe's really struggling through there. That's how McDowell's able to run back up on him.
18, we can connect it to make it on 2 stops. Chase Elliott staying
Right there.
trying to make it a 2-stop race.
Right, and it's the same exact situation for Kyle Larson, who you saw miss the bus stop. They wanted to get to a lap, would put them in their fuel window. They felt this was the lap and pull them directly down to get on those slick tires finally.
So as this battle rages, just to connect that whole story, these guys that gave up track position, all of those Hendrick cars, they think from here they only have to stop one more time to finish
McDowell pitting.
this. See, McDowell says, man,
Buscher
I gotta
pitting.
get on their fuel strategy. This is purely a counter to try to not have to pit.
I wondered, but I'm like, yeah, they need to get on the 2-stop strategy like Chase and Larson are on.
Is feeling great about
Briscoe's team's going to throw another win away by trying to win a stage.
17, so they've made that 18 lap connected lap. You see the fuel there just to get
Austin Cindric too fast on pit road.
Two that were close enough to the leader to be able to get onto pit road before it was closed with 2 laps to go.
I like how the time they made up on Chase and Larson during that first run, they were able to pit again and still stay in front of them.
The action is furious. It's all over the racetrack. What you need to know at home is we're a lap and a half from the end of stage 1, and we're all going to have to take a deep breath and reset, including myself. This has been a captivating first 19 laps.
Briscoe up front, Tyler Reddick, Suarez, Chastain, and Todd Gilliland, the rookie, running in the 5th position right now. Logano, Ty Dillon, Michael McDowell, Austin Dillon, and Kyle Busch all in the top 10, under 2 laps to go in stage 1. Mark Truex Jr. fighting for every point that he can get. You see still on some of the cars the red light blinking. Those are no longer required. NASCAR has said that's not a requirement anymore when you go to slicks.
Yeah, so basically they've just now said that they feel the track is in dry condition. So that is basically what all these cars are now swapped over to.
The 2 boomers are running 28th and 29th.
I love this look at Kevin Harvick with the clear visor. You can see
But
the
he's
work he's putting in.
28.
Truex right behind him.
Who cares?
And these guys are old.
Well, Briscoe's got an 8-second lead for the stage win.
You see where the 14 is. He's at the top of the hill. So he's basically the back stretch behind these two. Running in the 28th position is Kevin Harvick.
Briscoe looking to claim stage 1 and grab a playoff point if he can do it, but
William Byron behind him.
You could get 5 playoff points if you win the race, and this doesn't really put them in the best position to do that.
He had lost so much time on those rain tires. He's actually a lap down. Now he'll get the free pass. He's in
Dump him. No.
Come on, William, get up to him and dump him.
Pretend he's Ty Gibbs or anybody but Joe Logano, apparently.
He gives up all his track possession again. He goes to the tail end of the field. So an important last corner for Byron.
Not going to get it, will he be? Would Briscoe let him have it?
he won't be able to unlap himself.
Briscoe didn't let him have it.
Briscoe, who wins stage 1 at the Glen.
Chase Briscoe wins another stage on a road course that will in no way be consequential later this season,
First on those slicks, was able to make time.
like a race win would be.
He ends up winning stage 1. Tyler
Reddick, Suarez, Gilliland, Chastain.
Gilliland, Ross Chastain all in the top 5. 4th stage win of 2022.
Guys pitted twice and still stayed up front pretty much. I hate this chair.
wonder how much AJ Ben's fun factored into this race.
A lot. Although he did come back, he's 11th now. I don't know what strategy AJ's on, but he's 11th.
Our ARCA racing on a Sunday.
When?
Today.
Where at?
Watkins Glen.
Not today, they ain't.
This is an ARCA race.
Oh, I'm about to say. Nobody made an ass of themselves on that stage on a wet track. That should make everybody happy.
Fairly tame.
Yeah. Hard racing, but nobody did anything stupid. Matter of fact, guys went out of their way to avoid stupidity, like Larson and Reddick, just choosing to serve a stop and go.
Oh no, ARCA is racing today.
Where at?
Illinois.
I find it weird when they schedule an ARCA race at the same time as a Cup race.
They just raced at Watkins Glen on Friday, and now they're racing in Illinois today.
I got a funny meme to show you, Anthony, because it's hilarious to me. I don't know how much Rob Zombie you've listened to in your life, but tell me this is not accurate for a Rob Zombie song. Somebody made this up. Well, Frankenstein, motherfucker, Raggedy Ann. We could all write a Rob Zombie song, can't we?
Pretty much.
My favorite part is Chupacabra, Hot Rod, Invisible Man.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what a Dragula is. So I mean,
it's a car.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it digs through the witches and dig through the ditches and burn through the
Digs through the ditches, burns through the witches.
You would think as many times I've heard that on the fucking radio in my life, I'd remember all the words and not get them mixed up.
I mean, I've listened to it a bunch. You think I'd be able to...
Well, Karen, if you're lost, I'm kind of lost. But like I said, with road courses now, I watch the race, I pay attention, but then in stage 3 is when I'm like really paying attention because I'm like, until then, everybody's on different strategies. The stage winner doesn't matter because it's somebody who probably ain't going to win the race. But I'm here. All the fucking European people that wanted to watch Kimi Raikkonen race are probably gone to bed because it's like midnight.
I mean, when I get home, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Long day.
That's how I felt yesterday. And I didn't even work yesterday. I just didn't sleep the night before. I buy it. OBJ and Baker did that shit on purpose just to get the hell out of Cleveland. I buy it.
I can see it. Especially Baker.
Yeah. I slept 12 hours and I'm still sleepy. I've been in bed since like 8 last night and I woke up at 8 today. Could have got up at 4, but I'm like, no, I'm going back to sleep. This is too fucking early. There was a video with that song Gene Simmons posted to his Instagram. It's him sitting in his chair before the Kiss show in his bathrobe putting the makeup on, and you hear that song start playing and Gene goes, oh yeah. It's the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
It sounds very
coverage brought to you by Geico, giving some great view of this facility here at Watkins Glen International, packed full of campers, tents, fans coming out.
NASCAR's dying. I don't know what you're talking about.
And I hope that they all decided to wait out the weather that was here so that they can
That's a weird way for someone to say they want to fuck their cousin.
Really amazing.
It was great. You see right here, kind of a split decision.
In New York of all.
Yeah.
Here, but Dave Briscoe on pit road.
Dave Briscoe.
He is indeed.
Did he say Dave Briscoe? I think he was saying Dave Burns. He was like throwing it to Dave Burns, who's covering Briscoe. Dave Briscoe. My favorite NASCAR driver is David Vickers. Jerry Punch said that once. David Vickers. Or what about Lillian Garcia during the invasion? It was early in the invasion, and she clearly hadn't done her homework on the new guys. Coming down the aisle, Chuck, Hare. It was Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare, and she was clearly like reading it. Chuck, Hare. Or when Deborah was the ring announcer. Edge and Christian. He's a terrible ring announcer.
But she's blonde with huge.
What about that chick at WrestleMania 14? The Nation of Domination. Long Island, I see Jack Swagger. Lillian said that once. She gave fucking Zack Ryder's nickname to Jack Swagger. Trandy Orton. That was a good one. No, Michael Buffer had the best one ever. Brett the Hitman Clark.
Where do you get Clark
Brett
from?
the Hitman Clark. I want that on a shirt. Who are you, the Dowdell Dandy? You ever see Brett's promo? Who are you, the Dowdell Dandy?
I've heard his promos.
Somebody
He
on
has an
Twitter.
interesting voice.
Somebody posted on Twitter, breaking news, does Bret Hart like Goldberg? And somebody met Bret Hart and asked to film a video of this. And they go, Bret, do you like Goldberg? And he goes, no. Bret Hart does still not like Goldberg.
Shocking.
No. I would have rather wrestled El Dandy. He said that recently. So I'd have rather wrestled El Dandy. Who are you to doubt El Dandy? I like that video that somebody put together called Wrestling is Not Gay, and it's got a bunch of out of context shit like Jeff Jarrett, I'm going to stretch his ass like it's never been stretched before. And then Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, I'm coming, and I'm coming hard.
Oh God, Brock's like 6'3", 260.
There's Farouk handling the Big Johnson, talking about Ahmed Johnson. JR was bad about that shit. Lita jerking Edge off the ladder about 5 years before they got together. Hey, Chase clinched the regular season points. Good for him.
Those 15 playoff points. He knows other people will get some, but 15, that's the most you can get in the regular season. Good for Chase.
Winning regular season points is the equivalent of winning 3 races. And Todd Gilliland's the leader. Gilliland, Logano, Todd Dillon, McDowell, Bush, LaJoy, Joey, Hand, Custer, Busher, Kimmy's in the top 10. I'm confused. We're all lost now, but let's just roll with it.
All hell is about to break.
Here we go. Everybody's confident that this track's dry enough to run hard on now. Is that Lewis Hamilton, the 42, or is that Ty Dillon? Woo! And Gilliland sets sail. McDowell around the outside of Dillon for third. I think McDowell's still the best car among this group. Who's Kyle Busch going to give the draft here down the straightaway? He's not going to give anybody a draft. He's going to take him 3 wide. And Ty Dillon wisely backs out. I worried that nobody there was going to back it. Damn, Kyle Busch carried some serious speed through there. Custer almost missed the track. Kyle Busch made Ty Dillon back off. Todd Gilliland's leading a cup race, and it's not a super speedway. It's not even Daytona yet.
I think it's funny. Joey gets up there and then Kyle just pictures right there.
It's a long strategy you see on the left-hand side. These guys, 12, 9, 10, they have to stop 2 more times to the finish. McDowell, the first guy that can stop 1 more time. That's what swapped up this field.
So McDowell, McDowell's actually in the best position of the guys who actually have a shot to win. It's crazy, ain't it? McDowell, then Busher all the way in 10th, then Chase. Yeah. Oh, Kimi Raikkonen's got in the top 10. Doesn't matter how he did it. He's in the top 10.
I just like his last name.
Yeah. He's Finnish.
He is 3.14 seconds behind the race leader. A lot of traffic to deal with, but Daly's got a full head of steam right now.
Going to have Carvana on it next year when Jimmy Johnson's driving it. Look out, Busher coming through. Now Chase coming through. Busher got held up by Kimi, and now Chase is going to pass him. Kind of like playing Madden with someone who's never played before. You can't call sensical defense because they're not going to do anything that makes sense, and then they score on you because you don't know what to call. My aunt ran a kickoff back for a touchdown on me once. Get ready. Yeah, if Chase passes a F1 champ, RJ's going to pour Coke on himself. He's better than an F1 driver. Joey Hand 6th. Then Joey Hand had a good run at Coda this year, I think. I seem to remember. It's triggering a memory. Repressed memory. Ooh, Kimi throws the block. Kimi wants that line going into the bus stop. Chase lets him have it. Like I said, you don't know who you're really racing here. If Chase spins him out, Reddit's going to hate him forever. Kimi missed the entry to the carousel. Chase should get the spot here. Oh, Kimi's loose. Chase had to work pretty hard to get around him. At least you're actually getting to see Kimi mix it up. It's not, hey, this guy showed up and he ran whatever all day. Nah, he's actually racing with guys now. He had practice qualifying and 20 laps to get used to this.
Some other names in front of Kimi. We got Joey Hand running 6. We've seen him in a lot of the road courses. That yellow car right there.
A Rick Ware car, legit running 6th. I mean, yeah, a little bit of a strategy, but he's obviously not slow. He's still up there. What will happen to Cole Custer today? McDowell. I feel like if Reddick was up front, he'd dominate, but since he's so far back, I got to give it to McDowell right now. Yeah. You're struggling like me last year during the Ravens-Steelers game. I'd been up for like 24 hours, and I would literally just blank and look up, and there'd be like 3 plays that were ran that I didn't see. And I'd be like, the fuck? It's like I have no control over it. Then I'd be like, stand up. Pay attention. I hate when I get like that. The last race I remember doing that during was Richmond, like shocking Richmond, like 5 or 6 years ago. I'd been up for a while. Me and Cameron had been hanging out, and I was seriously going like 10 laps later. Oh, 15 laps later. I kept going to sleep for longer and longer. Sitting up, I can't sleep sitting up. I got to lay down, right? I can't sleep sitting up. But that day, I was like, it was like that during that Baltimore-Pittsburgh game last year. Gilliland being a speed bump right now. But he's making one hell of a battle for the lead. So good on you, Todd. Kyle shooting to the inside. Kyle's being really aggressive today. I like it. Kyle's an aggressive guy, but at the right time. I'm not used to seeing Kyle be like this early in the race. Ooh, Gilliland missed the exit of the bus stop. Logano's going to jump all over him. Kyle Busch missed the apex of the carousel, but he still made the pass. And Gilliland again loses a couple more spots. He's got something wrong. I think he sputtered. Out of gas. Look out, Chase! Woo! Broke transaxle. I thought Chase was about to kill him. You see that shit? Chase come off that corner and Gilliland was just sitting there well out of the way, but I thought Chase was about to end his life.
It's not really an
Bush, Logano 1-2. Logano, Bush 1-2. McDowell third.
But it still takes power and brings it out to each rear tire. That's what sounds like the issue is on the 38 car.
Pretty much.
Not something you're going to be able to repair on pit road. So, of course, they'll do their due diligence. Marty.
That sucks. Gillum was legit good today.
Remember they finished top 5 at Indianapolis, so they're putting the rear tires on, Steve, but they do indeed.
Joey Hand still 5th. That shows how good he is. He didn't plummet at all. Hell, Kimi's still top 10.
Too bad for Todd. Did such a nice job. Joey Logano still looking good, Rick. Still out.
All the boomers that complained about all the coverage Kimi was getting this week and shut up now because he's running pretty well. That was an awkward silence going to commercial.
Feel bad for Todd Gilliland.
Yeah. He's already impressed me more than his father ever did. David Gilliland was like the last remnants of the era where, hey, that guy won an Xfinity race. Put him in a cup car right away. He was like one of the last guys. God, they would put anybody in a cup car if they won a Busch race. Anybody. Fucking Buckshot Jones drove a fucking cup race. Actually, he drove a lot of cup races. Randy LaJoie, Buckshot. I'm just thinking of all the guys who were great in Xfinity but sucked in cup. David Green, Buckshot Jones, Randy LaJoie. Who else? Elliott Sadler, Casey Atwood. Although Casey Atwood I actually think had some serious potential.
Elliott Sadler started off okay, but
yeah.
then went downhill real.
He had like 2004 was his best year, and I was driving a 38 for Yates. His teammate was Dale Jarrett, and he won Texas and California. Had a great year. When he drove the 21 for the Wood Brothers that Harrison Burton drives now, he won Bristol. He actually started the furthest back that anybody had ever won at Bristol at that point. He started 38th. Won at Bristol. And it was weird because John Andretti in the 43 finished second that day. So it's like, what the fuck is this? 1976, the 21 and the 43 are racing for a win at Bristol. I watched that race. I remember that day. Pretty sure Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon about got in a fight after that race, if I remember correctly.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. There's a great picture of Dale Jr. the next year at Bristol flipping off Robbie Gordon. Jr. like stepped through some camera guys and went. There's a great picture of that.
Dude was an asshole.
Yeah. And Robbie and Jr. are friends, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They became better friends after that. Robbie drove some Xfinity races for Jr. when he started up Junior Motorsports. He and Jr. finished 1-2 at Michigan once. Jr. won. Robbie finished second. That was the one where Jr. had hit Carl Edwards on the overtime. And they were saying, Black Flag Jr., he wrecked Carl Edwards, give the win to Robbie Gordon. Jr. was like, yeah, fuck you, Black Flag me, give it to Robbie. I still win anyway because I'm a car owner. So go ahead. I don't care. Somebody posted a video recently that said not a lot of people remember. So Jr. hit Carl Edwards and won that Xfinity race. The next day, Carl and Dale Jr. raced for the lead most of the Cup race. I can't remember who won. Neither of them won, but Jr. chased Carl Edwards down on a green flag run in the Cup race and passed him for the lead the very next day. Can't remember who won that damn race. I want to say Biffle because it's fucking Michigan. That's just a guess. Wow. Kimi he gained another spot. Kimi Raikkonen's 8th. He was 9th before the commercial.
All the way up to the second spot right now, chasing after Joey Logano.
Kyle Busch down this straightaway into the braking zone. Can't really
I
close
bet
the gap
Logano
on
has the
Joey.
most stage 2
Keeping
wins.
him nicely.
This stage has flown by compared to the first one. Because the pace is quicker, obviously. Because for the first 10 laps in stage 1, they were creeping around.
Showing at the 18 and Kyle Busch still had the pace. A lot of odd things happening this year, Jim. Yeah, a lot of odd things.
I believe McDowell legit has a shot to win a Cup race. Oh, spinner. Oh, Riddick. And the 77. Now McDowell really has a chance to win. Because I think Reddick's the best one out here. And he's having all kinds of trouble today. Trying to fire it up. It's rolling. He just keeps getting fucked.
Fucking AJ and
Yeah. Only happens to guys like Reddick when they got the best car. Because Reddick has the best car here. I firmly believe that.
I want to bring this to your
I don't know, Chase is
attention. 2
Chase is going to get better and better as it keeps getting drier and drier. But, man, I really like McDowell. I do trust Chase more than McDowell or Busher. But McDowell's got the spot right now. And it's hard to pass here. You get hit by the slowest car here. That sucks.
Oh, absolutely. That always sucks.
Everybody able to get through there without no problem. And Tyler Reddick, lose a lot of track position. He's got the pace, though. They'll figure it out how to get in that track position back.
Yeah, but this will be like the second time already they've had to do that.
So Rick, all those strategies that Steve
it's not easy.
Meanwhile, Alex Bowman is just happy to be here at 18.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty right now. Look at that number 5, though. It's 10th right now.
Look at Ty Dillon lay over and let him have it. Give him the wave.
That fuel's so tight, Dale Jr., but they're trying to make it on one more stop. So they want that playoff point. No doubt about it. 7 to go here in this game.
He gave Ty the wave. He couldn't do it till he got on a part of the track where he wasn't having to manhandle the car, but when I saw Ty lay over, he saw me go, like he's going to wave. Well, thanks, bud. Classic guy, Ty Dillon. Caden, you chose Kimi for fantasy? That's good. Don't you get points for passing cars? Oh, my God. Did anybody have Joey Hand on their fantasy lineup today? Joey Hand, Kimi Raikkonen, Cole Custer, and Ty Dillon. I wouldn't have even thought of it. I'd have been looking at the Cindrics and the McDowells and the Bushers of the world and the Briscoes, who since winning that stage is a solid 32nd. Good call, 14 bunch. You had the speed to win. You were competitive with McDowell and Reddick and Chase. It's like watching Steve Sarkisian call your offense if you're a 14 fan. Yeah, Hamlin's been non-existent today. Where the fuck has Hamlin been? How is he a lap down? Look at Chastain. Chastain just doored Truex coming up through the S's. You see that? Suarez finished second here to Truex a few years ago. Just enough. Bowman ain't been right ever since he won Las Vegas. He hasn't even been close enough to steal more wins. Logano, Bush, McDowell, Elliott, Ty Dillon, different strategies though. I think McDowell and Elliott are on the winning strategy. The less time you spend on pit road, the better. Tyler Reddick's got the best car, but he's 32nd because he got run off the track earlier and then he got spun.
Hamlin is legit getting beat by that running fielder.
You can't get over how bad. It's just Toyotas on road courses. Like Kyle's running good, but that's it. I'm surprised Bell's not running better. I mean, he's 11th. So some of the Toyotas got it figured out. It's not like Sonoma where all 5 or 6 of them were just awful.
Yeah, Truex just got passed by. Put Eric Jones in the 48. Probably wouldn't be much of a difference.
Who was that smoking the tires there? It was Kimi, right?
Locking him up. Austin Dillon 22 is right where he belongs. I knew he'd fall back there at some point.
His brother ain't falling back. We dig dirt. making sure nobody kills each other in this part of the track. That's where all the spins seem to happen. That and turn 1.
That part's so fun in the game.
That's the best part of any road course in any NASCAR game is the bus stop at Watkins Glen. I gained so much time through there. And I lift way early, too, but I know how to keep that car in a higher... I can get through there in a higher gear. Yeah. You come shooting out the other side. Yeah. Bills and Rams. I can't think of a better first game. Bengals versus almost anybody these days.
Download the official app of NASCAR. You can follow the action with 3 live.
Yeah, the boomers on Facebook really slip on old Kimi there. And hell, Kimi's in the fuel window to be on the same strategy as chasing those guys now, I believe.
Here on pit road with 3 to go in this stage here. He was one of those cars that got the slicks early, so just trying to connect the fuel strategy here for the 91. He makes his second stop.
And Martin Truex Jr. trying to find a way into the playoffs.
Why is that? There's so much wrong with that paint scheme. The disgusting sponsor, because the potato salad's gross, and why is there a blue stripe around it?
This weekend so far.
Contact here between the 19 and that 27.
Right here, the 19 has to get across the 27, maybe a little conservative on time. The 19 trying to be quick. These are scheduled stops before the end of the stage.
A little bit, yeah.
Right here. Joey Logano is going to take 2 to go right there.
2 to go on the stage.
And now it's really between Joey Logano and Kyle Busch for this all-important playoff point. 2 drivers.
The all-important playoff point. Who's that slow coming out of the pits? Is that the 27? Somebody's slow coming out of the pits trying to go uphill through the S's with 2 to go here. Oh. Removing equipment on Corey LaJoie.
There was another car slow that they passed. I couldn't tell who that was.
It's just coming off pit road as the top 2 going into the bus stop now.
The bus stop.
Party.
So a moment ago, Rick, we told you Chase Elliott, Alan Gustafson told him, hey, if you can get the stage win, go for it. They have since backed him down. Listen to the radio.
There's as much as you can give us, so you got no pressure back. Say what you can here. Good time to learn.
So, see, this was in their playbook from this morning, pitting at lap 17, which they did. They knew it would be tight to do it on one more stop.
They can do it, though.
The stage win. Just not worth it, though. They're just trying to do it on one more stop, so he had to back way down on his pace.
And we see 1 to go in this stage right here for Logano.
Logano is going to get a stage win unless he Jeff Gordon's down here in turn 1. In 07, Jeff Gordon was leading at Watkins Glen with like 3 to go. Maybe it was 2 to go, and he just went off in turn 1 and spun out. We stay green.
Logano's got about 3, maybe 4 car lengths in hand over Kyle. Kyle should probably take this second place finish of this stage and then go to the final 1. No need to put that car in a precarious position. Although he's done it before, the question is, can he do it in the next half lap?
I think Logano's certainly got a comfortable lead.
You think Elliott will win? I mean, I like McDowell so far. It's really just who gets out front. We know how bad dirty air is up through the S's, and it's so hard to pass. What Larson said, these new cars are great, but they almost drive too well because they don't. The handling is just better in these new cars. It's easier for everybody, faster and everything. Yeah. But to hear talk about dirty air on a road course is so bizarre. But you have it here because they're so fast. And Joey Logano wins the stage. He hopefully won't win the race. I'm not going to say he won't because I don't want to jinx myself again. I like McDowell. I like Chase. Is there a prop bet on a yellow Ford winning? Because then you'd have Cindric too. You'd have Cindric, McDowell, and Logano. Boomers be punching air. They talk shit about Kimi Raikkonen all week. He's not American. NASCAR's American. Ooh, Daytona's on Saturday, and I'm off work. And I put off on Daytona weekend as soon as I got the job back in April. So I'm like, I'm going to be off on Daytona weekend. I don't give a fuck what you say. you see the meme of Alex Jones sitting in the courtroom, and it's him turning around looking shocked at the door, and somebody made it look like the dancing lobsters from the Amanda Show were coming in. Bring in the dancing lobsters. Everybody pray for Terry McLaurin. Not for any reason other than he's playing for Washington. So
And who knows when Carson Wentz is going to get hurt.
Potential best receiver in the league, but he's been in Washington. So it's like early Roddy Watt. It's like, man, this dude's good. But he's got Joey Harrington throwing him the ball. Oh, thank God for Matt Ryan. Hey, we made it through another week without seeing Tommy Lee's dick. That's a successful 2 weeks in a row. We didn't have to see Tommy Lee's penis.
2 weeks without incident.
Yeah. Tommy's like, don't make me do it again.
And we're all like, please no.
I got to work tomorrow at 5. I hate evenings.
It's like I like them but hate them.
Some days I like evenings better because it gets so busy. Then I don't have to run around and work myself to death on rotainers and shit. Nah. Wait, yeah, I think that is.
Yeah, that's Briscoe.
Is that Briscoe or the 50? Yeah.
Coming up on Wednesday,
Honestly, Joey Hand's car looks similar, so I couldn't tell which one it was.
Mike Bagley and Pete Pistone on the morning drive, and DJ's going to be the guest on NBC Sports on Sirius XM. Bagman, what do you think? You guys going to have enough to talk about?
Oh, I think we're going to have a lot to talk about.
You didn't miss any wrecks.
Catching up with DJ, if we're not talking about racing, could be
But you might, if you don't pay attention, you might miss Michael McDowell's first Cup win. Today could be the day. Not his first Cup win. His second. Sorry, I forgot. Second Cup win, but first one that's like, you know what I mean. Yeah, Busher, yeah. Well, they were driving, and ironically, they were driving the same fucking car.
Listen, I'm not sure you can cover it all on the morning drive. You may have to do that too.
McDowell's second win. Marty Reed moment there. But then again, the 2021 Daytona 500 was so bad, I don't fucking remember it.
I know this should be a good race for me. Daytona should be a good race for me.
Be honest, you guys don't remember shit about that race except McDowell winning.
Cup drivers and so many varying conditions. Kimi Raikkonen. Yeah, we keep talking about Kimi Raikkonen.
Well, Joey was leading, Brad was second, McDowell was third. Brad went to pass Joey, and Joey body slammed him in the grass, wrecked himself, wrecked Brad, wrecked Bubba, wrecked Cindric, wrecked the whole field. McDowell and Chase Elliott and Austin Dillon got through, and they were 1, 2, 3. And Brad was pissed at Joey Logano.
Haven't seen any of that. There's some drivers that are going to be really close. They're going to have to save some fuel at the
And I thought Cindric and Bubba were hurt. They wrecked so hard in that wreck. I mean, Cindric ran. Keselowski, too. Keselowski hit really hard.
On the racetrack and saving fuel are two things I'm not sure I could have ever done. I have to say, but it has been. We've seen some great calls on from the pits. We've seen some great strategies. We've seen so much positive stuff here today. It has been for these fans that sat here through the rain and they're sitting in the grandstand, and the ones at home.
You know the last Cup race I slept through? Michigan in 2009. I didn't sleep through all of it, but I fell asleep during the national anthem, and then I woke up with 10 to go, and that was the one where Jimmy Johnson ran out of gas and Biffle runs out of gas and Mark Martin won. I missed the whole fucking race except the last like 10 laps, and I was like, Mark Martin? The Truex one where he lapped up to fourth. Oh, Chase. Oh, yeah. I did sleep through the start of Martinsville, I want to say in 2011, the playoff race at Martinsville. I slept through the first 20 laps. I slept a little late that day. I was like, oh, shit. That guy was like, oh, yeah, fucking Martinsville.
I went to sleep Truex
Wound up getting the stage win here at Watkins Glen, but all these guys will be way behind in track today.
And like I said, during Richmond one year that Brad won, I started falling asleep because I'd been up for a long time, and the race was terrible. When I just get to the point where I'm like falling asleep sitting straight up, it's kind of scary for me because, like I said, I can't sleep sitting up. I can only sleep under very specific conditions. I don't understand these people that can just like sleep any old time, like my fucking grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my uncle's like that too. He'd get on that. Remember, he'd take the train from Connecticut to here.
Mm-hmm.
He'd just knock out. I'm like, that train's so uncomfortable. I tried to sleep on that fucking train. I tried to make it easy to sleep. I stayed up like 30 hours, and then got on that train. Couldn't fucking sleep. So uncomfortable. I was just like, this sucks. This is terrible. I want to die.
With new Sweethearts ropes.
You know what? Fuck it. Give me some of these. Sweet Tarts ropes. I'm not a big Sweet Tarts guy, but I'll try one of these. This just looks like it's going to be terrible. Ain't no orange Twizzler. But it ain't bad. It's pretty tart, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of the best things in life taste tart, and I won't go any further than that. Demonetized.
Are you talking about ass?
No.
Ass?
No. The other thing.
Oh, sucking dick.
Digging that hole even deeper there, kids. Bush beer.
Hey, it's Kevin Harvick's car.
That's too damn sweet. I don't need any more of those. I liked Nerds ropes back in the day. Now they make the gummy clusters of that. Mm-hmm. I've agreed that if I work on like Fridays, I'll get like a little pack of Twizzlers, but that's all I'm eating. I was eating too much ice cream there for a while. I was falling back into it. I'm like, I got to put a stop to this shit.
USA is brought to you by Propane.
Propane? This is the best goddamn NASCAR race I've ever watched, I tell you what. Sponsored by Propane. Old Mac Dowell's going to be the leader here. Chase second. They got to pit just one more time.
Well, it certainly is, Rick, and we want to redirect folks to NBCSports.com to relive the story of Brett Sancelli and his sister Courtney. Brett has dedicated his life to taking care of his little sister after she was involved in an auto accident early in their lives. Instead of being selfish and just worrying about himself, he took care of Courtney, brought her through life, watches over her every moment he can. Even got the school to have her be the homecoming queen. And in dedication to her, the diamond on the left side of his chest doesn't have an S for Superman, but it has an H for heart, because that's what it's all about with the Sancellis, and Brett has shown that throughout life.
You guys remember Beavis and Butthead watched the music video for Henry Rollins' Liar music video, and he's got a Superman costume with an L on it for Liar, and Butthead goes, what a dumbass. He's got the wrong letter on his chest. And Beavis goes, yeah, isn't it usually like a 5 or something?
Brett and Courtney Sancelli.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. What an incredible story that we have been able to be a part of.
Then they're watching the Alice Cooper video for Lost in America, and they get to the part of the song where Alice Cooper says he's looking for a girl with house and cable. And Butthead goes, whoa, he doesn't have cable? And Beavis goes, ah, wow, what a dumbass. He doesn't have cable? Wow, what a dumbass.
Joey Hand's going to be on a little bit different strategy. He won't be able to get as far as the others will. But, Marty, what about the 18 of Kyle Busch?
Had to come back down.
Uh-oh.
Penalty on that last stop, Rick.
There goes Kyle's day.
And what was the penalty for? Ben Bayshore said we were 1 inch over the front line. So
Kyle Busch went through his pit stall by like that much. Dale Jr.'s like, been there, done that. Junior's wheel. Junior's rear wheel was not even over the line at the 09 Daytona 500. That NASCAR official's going,
17. Those laps right there, 16 for Stenhouse.
like, dude, fuck off.
Stretch the fuel to one more stop. You mentioned Joey Hand.
So everybody but
I
Joey
don't think
Hand
he can do it from lap 12.
Pretty much.
But Parker, a good run for this 15 car. Joey Hand.
I'd say McDowell, Chase, Busher, Larson, Bell, AJ, Blaney, Chastain, Suarez, yeah. I think Stenhouse is a little too short.
That'd be an impressive strategy call. They can stretch it from 12.
Make America propane again.
You can start before the stage with what I expected for fuel strategy. Marty and I had this conversation. He gave me his updates
Do
of
we
what
get a
he's heard from some of the crew chiefs. And
Nah.
Probably not.
Go green. Caution free. Unless somebody spins and gets stuck in the sand.
Well, you know Chase is caution free.
Once again, 2 by 2, the field getting ready.
This is going to be heated here with McDowell and Chase because this is pretty much for the win. This is to be in the best position to win. McDowell gets a great launch.
Damn, McDowell.
For a guy that doesn't start up front that often, that was a hell of a restart. Ooh, Cindric again misses turn 1. Thank God he was on the far outside. Chastain missed turn 1. There's my 8 wide racing. 3 wide for the lead. Joey Hand, Chase Elliott, Michael. I never thought I'd say that in my life. Joey Hand, 3 wide for the lead. Busher almost got run into the guardrail. AJ creeping into the picture now. AJ's got the best fuel mileage, by the way. He's about 5 laps better than Chase, McDowell, and all them guys. So keep an eye on that. There it is, Christopher Bell and Christopher Busher. McDowell's got the lead, Chase second, Joey Hand's third. They sorted it out. Chase got really tight there behind McDowell. Austin Dillon spun. Oh, no. And, oh, he wrecked Kimi. And Kimi's wrecked pretty hard. Caution's out. Well, there goes caution free. That just helps the fuel mileage for Chase, though. Come on, Kimi fired up. Roll away. I'm like Simba pushing on Mufasa. Get up. Get up, Kimi. Get up. I don't like the look of that right front wheel. I hope he's just got it turned and it's not actually bent that way. Who the fuck wrecked Kimi Raikkonen? I want answers. I want their fucking heads on a goddamn stick. Like the Whisperers. Since Austin Dillon was involved, I'm going to assume it was him until I'm shown otherwise. Yeah, that fucking left front's killed, so. Yeah. Damn it.
Well, me and Dale are going to take care of Austin Dillon after this race.
Who did this? Austin Dillon spun. He might have got touched by Chastain. Chastain may have spun Austin Dillon there. He was the car behind him. I don't know if there was contact. Yep, Ross Chastain gets another one. There's your weekly Ross Chastain wrecked somebody. And it's the second time he's done it to Austin Dillon. Oh, the 27 went wide to miss the wreck, and it hit Kimi and sent him off in the tire wall. Damn. I hate that. That's just wrong place, wrong time. Oh, he got airborne. It's not good when your car leaves the racetrack.
No.
Poor Kimi.
Kimi Raikkonen had climbed out
Damn.
of the car. The AMR safety team there to help.
Ross Chastain claims another. Now we get to hear about that for the next week.
Something he has not done before.
God forbid Ross does something stupid at Daytona next Saturday. God forbid.
Kimi Raikkonen. We saw him running up inside the top 10.
The trouble he caused at Atlanta. I mean.
Now out of the race after this incident on lap 45.
Of Ricky Stenhouse proportions. Remember that race at Daytona in the summer where he kept wrecking everybody? And the spotter, his spotter almost got in a fight with Kyle Busch's spotter on the spotter stand. And Brent Griffin was spotting for Clint Boyer, said he went over and grabbed Ricky's spotter and said, hey, man, you guys take out about 8 more cars. I think me and Clint can win this race. Kyle Busch would not let it go. And then I think the next week was Kentucky, and at qualifying, Kyle's sitting in his car with nobody around. Ricky Stenhouse came over and poked his head in the door and was like, you got a fucking problem with me? They caught that shit on camera, too, because Kyle had an in-car. And Ricky's like, you got a fucking problem? Because Kyle was just saying, oh, he's a fucking idiot. He's this, he's that. Just going off. I've never heard Kyle go off on somebody like that. So just all week long, every time he could, every time he spoke to the media, it was something about how Ricky Stenhouse is an idiot. At least we'll probably get a Kimi interview now.
Go Kimi.
Fucking bastards.
I'm happy for him. Are they only running the 91 at road courses?
For now, yeah. I don't know when they're running it. I don't know if they're running it again this year, but they said next year they want to do more with it. Jimmy Johnson wants to drive it.
Jimmy should drive it at the Roval.
He should drive it at the 600, I think.
And the Roval. I think they should do both those.
Well, Kimi Raikkonen got the full Cup experience because he got taken out by Ross Chastain. Dale Jr. just tweeted, hate to tell y'all, but there's going to be some mixed reviews on my coverage today because I'm losing my voice. Going to be squeaking like a dog toy here in a little while. He was starting to like crack a little bit. That's why he ain't been saying interlude very much.
Ain't nobody gonna judge.
We're going to get low-key Dale Jr. today. We're going to get depressed 2009, 2010 Dale Jr. today.
Oh, no.
Even in his interviews back then, he sounded horrible. Ain't no Rhea Ripley. No. Nobody a Rhea Ripley.
I mean,
damn.
Bianca's okay, but Rhea Ripley, man, oh.
Bianca's got the body, that's for sure, but Rhea Ripley's just built like a brick shithouse.
Rhea just has everything.
Yeah.
And Rhea can talk if
Yeah.
she wants to.
No, but remember we can't like her because when she was a teenager, she called somebody the F word. Literally everybody has fucked up and said that when they were kids. Yeah, who? Joseph Newgarden. There you go. Where'd Jimmy Johnson finish last night? I was asleep. I literally went to bed at 8 o'clock. So I didn't even think to look at the IndyCar race today to see what happened.
We have talked, Rick, about how tight this window is for Chase Elliott and Alan Gustafson to make it to where they want to be, lap 56 or so. Here's a radio transmission.
Hey, I defended Ty yesterday, Karen. He didn't do anything wrong yesterday when he wrecked William Byron.
So, Steve, what a welcome gift this caution is. Yes, I know it's only a few laps, but you're sitting on top of that pit box like Alan Gustafson. You wanted this.
Oh, yeah, but like I mentioned.
And another chance to get past McDowell on a restart here, but McDowell blistered him on that last one.
You can usually save. Just a good rule of thumb is it takes about as much fuel to run one lap under green as it would to run about 2 or 2.5 laps under yellow. So that helps you get to your next window. Really, as we see 44 to go, they'll take the green at 43 to go. You know, I'm thinking these guys want to pit 34, 33, 32 to go, somewhere in there. I'd be interested to see, as you see right now, fuel remaining.
I like AJ's fuel mileage there. He's in great shape.
Getting ready for the restart. Michael McDowell.
McDowell with another good one. Joey Hand holding his own up here, though. Chase much more aggressive into one that time. Chase went too wide there. Here comes Bell, who's really good on road courses. Joey Hand slipped on this restart. Larson's into fourth. Where's Reddick is the most important thing. I don't see Reddick in the top 15, so.
He's off and never mind.
Yeah.
He's fucking around with the lollipop deal. Oh, wow. He's 29.
Yeah, it's game over there.
Pretty much.
McDowell, Chase, Bell, and Larson. Larson's got a nose under Bell. Come to life, Larson. Sweep the weekend. You won me $15 yesterday. My best shot at money right now is Busher. AJ's right behind him.
Damn, Larson. He blew Bell's doors.
I'm 6th and 7th with the best fuel mileage. But I don't think that's going to be enough to win. I almost picked McDowell over Busher for the record. Should have. Obviously. McDowell's dominated this race.
Leaders come downhill into turn number 1. You're watching Kyle Larson there in the 5.
So the 15 next year might be full-time for Rick Ware with an alliance from Stewart-Haas Racing with Ryan Priest driving it. Jimmy Johnson finished 14. It's not that great. Eric Jones and Allmendinger are 7th and 9th on really good mileage. But that's irrelevant if Chase and Larson and those guys are able to make it like they're pretty sure they can. Damn, Chase into the carousel. Getting him loose, getting him arrow loose. Look at that. Chase got the nose in there. You got to be aggressive like this because it's so hard to pass. Chase has got him now. He's side by side down the straightaway. McDowell's going to be on the inside going to 6. But I think Chase is just going to take it from the outside easily. Through Chase's whole career under braking on road courses, he's been so much better than everybody else around him. A dumbass in North Dakota on YouTube once said it was just because of the car. Well, I mean, this is a different kind of car, and Chase is still driving the same way he always did on road courses. So explain that one to me, you Little Caesars loving douchebag. Gee, it's like he's actually good at this or something. And it's not just the car. On the discipline of racing that requires the most skill, he just happens to be one of the best. Maybe he's actually good. I don't know. Oh, well, at least if Chase wins and McDowell doesn't, I don't have to feel bad about almost betting on McDowell.
Strongest team on the road courses over the last several years. Didn't quite have it figured out with the next gen cars. Trackhouse was dominating, had the fastest cars all the road courses earlier in the year. Chase Elliott showed up though when it matters here in Watkins Glen.
Fucking Chase only wins rain-delayed races. Fucking Dover and Nashville and now Watkins Glen. As if that has anything to do with how the race plays out. Well, if it didn't rain, Truex would have won Nashville because his car was better in the daytime. Well, guess what? It fucking rained. They didn't make their shit better at night. Chase's team did. Cry about it. McDowell, this is still your best chance to win a cup race. I'd say Daytona's good, but everybody thinks it's Daytona. Somebody's going to be 39 people are going to be very disappointed next Saturday night because everybody thinks they can go there and win. Even the Rick Ware cars think they can win. Dale Jr. was so excited to have Larson win a race driving for him. Jr. was pumped. He said, what a cool thing. Kyle Larson won a race driving for our team. He posted the picture of him last night after the race. Yeah, Blaney, Bubba, Truex, Harvick, Hamlin, they've all disappeared this race. Ty Gibbs, 30th. This Toyota suck on road courses unless you're Christopher Bell. And Kyle Busch was doing well. Bubba's 19th. That's about on par for a Bubba road course day. AJ 6th. I firmly believe AJ's going to be top 5 soon. He's better than Joey Hand. Blaney 10th finally. I know it's hard to pass, but nobody's really getting away. Chase has the biggest lead we've really seen all day without strategies and guys pitting and throwing it off. Because like Briscoe won stage 1 with an 8-second lead because he stayed out. No, she only cares about making sure I struggle to sleep at night by crawling over me, walking on me.
Yeah, she don't really care. She's cleaning the paws.
Got a really talented driver back there behind the wheel making it happen. Yeah, he's also helped several of the Ford drivers trying to hone their road course skills. Joey Hand's been a good addition to the Ford Driver Roundup.
Ford Driver Roundup sounds like a rodeo game for PS1. Ford Driver Roundup.
All right.
That's right up there with Big Mother Truckers, only 1995.
Start your Fords.
Hi, I'm Kurt Busch.
Wish that capture card would work so I could stream Big Mother Truckers or Backyard Wrestling. There goes the neighborhood.
Those are two games I would never
or blitz the league.
I got both blitz the leagues.
Dude, Madden 23 hit me in the feels because when you load the game up, they do a cool thing. They have a NFC Legends team versus AFC Legends team. It was some of John Madden's favorite players. Guess who the quarterback of the NFC team is? Which John Madden's favorite players? Just guess. Brett Favre.
I was actually about to guess
Brady's the AFC quarterback, and throughout the game they actually splice in some Madden commentary from the old Maddens. And I'm like, oh man, you guys are. Yeah, you can go back and play it anytime, and you get John Madden commentary from like Madden 04 and shit like that. He's like, Brett Favre's a tough quarterback, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wow. Boom. Didn't Caliendo do Madden's voice and blitz the league?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here he
comes down the hill into turn number 1, looking further back. Good battle stacking up there from fourth on back. Christopher Bell right now in fourth. Got Joey Hand there in the 15. And then you've got A.J. Allmendinger who's trying to make that a solid three-man fight. Then you drop back.
Chase has a second lead. Not getting much bigger than that. They hope to pit in about 4 to 6 laps. If I'm Christopher Bell, I'm looking at my rearview mirror going, how is a Rick Ware car faster than me? Joey Hand, got to give him credit. Give him a hand. Obviously, he doesn't need one because he's already got his last name.
He's got his work cut out for him, though, passing Joey Hand, but he'll put a lot of pressure on him, trying to force Joey into making a mistake. Joey will have to be on pit road for too much longer for fuel.
Here comes Joey Hand to pit road. A little early, but that's the fuel mileage situation they're in.
Joey Hand comes to pit road. They pitted at lap 12. You know who is thanking Chase Elliott profusely right now? You mentioned his name, Ryan Blaney. Blaney is...
Oh, yeah, because if McDowell wins, that knocks Blaney out of the playoffs. So Blaney's really hoping Chase or Larson wins this. Chase, Larson, or Bell, or AJ. Just not Busher or McDowell. I'd really hope Busher would win because I want the money.
We could be looking at a scenario next week, Rick, where Mark Truex Jr. might be in a must-win situation at Daytona, final race of the regular season next week.
We could be in a situation, Rick. Kevin Harvick.
In a situation. You mean this situation? Junior is really low-key, trying to save his voice. Milk, Dale Jr., when my throat's getting sore and I'm losing my voice and I'm trying to stream, I drink some milk because it soothes your throat. It's like better than any other drink. Get Dale Jr. some milk. He needs some milk. Bushered up pit road. There's no real tire fall off here, so short pitting's not really an advantage. Hell, it's a disadvantage as far as fuel mileage goes. Reddick's pitting, but he's off in Niflheim. Looking for Charlie. Bullpuck Franks. Eddie Murphy cooked Tracy Morgan ballpark Franks after Tracy had his car accident, and Eddie Murphy did the Tracy Morgan. But yeah, that's right, Eddie made me Franks. He made me ballpark Franks. I love Tracy Morgan and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I don't know what you just said, little kid, but you touched a brother's heart. Give me the map, Scott. Give me the map, Scott.
That's like one of the best parts of the whole day.
Kevin Smith said they were dying. He said, you can't see me, but I'm like losing it. Give me the map, Scott.
Give me the map, Scott.
Oh, Larson. He said, look at Larson. What the hell?
That's Larson.
Thought he said these cars were easier to drive than normal. McDowell and Larson pit at the same time. Chase is going to have a lap better fuel mileage at least. No caution. Well, it would help Busher, but it would fuck over Chase and AJ. Ballpark Franks.
Sancelli. They'll try to get Michael McDowell on off pit road with a fast stop here. But again, waiting on fuel. Remember, one extra lap compared to Chris Buescher, who came in. And now they will send him away. Joey Logano on pit road.
Dale Jr. said Christopher Buescher so much that it's unironically becoming a thing where people don't even think and say Christopher Buescher. I've been on the verge of doing it all day.
Yeah, so basically they're just trying to, you know, they're afraid of those yellows, Dave, right? So they're cutting right now.
Yeah, McDowell loses a spot to Larson. It all depends on where Chase and AJ come out at. Especially Chase. He's 6 seconds ahead of AJ. I would expect Chase to pit this time.
I assume the 9 will come this time, but Burton, how about that save by the 5?
Yeah, Kyle Larson.
We almost had our caution here if he'd have backed it into the sand.
Downshift, tries to throttle up and just sideways.
God.
Trying to go to that throttle, rear tires did not hook up. I told you how
Chase did not pit. They really want to make sure they can make it. I don't blame them. This time, he'll pit with 32 to go.
Alan Gustus saying, just don't yell. Let me just get this 9 on the pit road.
AJ and Bell pitted this time. Blaney, Byron, Justin Haley, Ross Chastain. He's already claimed his victim for the day, so he should be good till Daytona.
He was really happy with this race car after yesterday's practice and that they were, quote, in the ballgame, Marty.
Here comes the group who pitted at lap 17. Among those guys, Ryan Blaney coming to pit road right here, saying he lost the handle a little bit towards the end of that run. No word on Chase Elliott's radio as to when they would pit. You see that big wedge adjustment for Blaney as well. Interesting to keep in mind, Tyler Reddick and also Kyle Busch came down. Flash of fuel only for both of those cars. Remember, they topped off.
Fuel only for a couple of guys.
We'll see if they gain a lot of track position as well. Look at the track race.
Larson said after practice there's not much tire fall off. Got to do something.
Turn 6 and coming up on turn 7. Good opportunity for him to make his way to pit road this time.
Don't fuck it up.
Now it's basically Chase Elliott against his teammate Kyle Larson. On the upper right hand, you see the 5 going through the bus stop on the track map.
I think Chase is going to come out in a good shape here. He should take tires. If he takes gas only, it's going to be a real boring finish.
That is a long time on pit road, Marty, for the 9 of Elliott's. Slow down there to the stall. We'll see if we can beat the 5 out.
Now that is excruciating for the driver.
It's closer than I want it to be.
Wanted to hit pit road. When I talked to him this morning, lap 59, got to pull the windshield wiper up to get that tear off. Chase Elliott said, I think I heard the front tires early
Yeah.
in that run. That's on me. Once no other Chase
Waiting on gas.
all the Sunoco fuel to get in. Now let's watch the blimp. Gonna be tight with
It's going to be close, but Chase is going to cycle through.
Seen this with people putting drives on that exit of pit road, kind of shortcuts, turn 1. Look at the big advantage.
So Chase will be the leader when this cycles through with a pretty nice gap over Larson. So it's the opposite of last year where Larson had the big gap and Chase was trying to run him down. Got really close.
Man, that would be great for Larson because he was able to get past Elliott.
Yeah. If you're a Hendrick fan, that couldn't have gone any better. And if you're Ryan Blaney, that couldn't have gone any better.
And look, Kyle Busch with the gas on
Elliott
the ready.
coming out of the bus stop into the
Yeah.
carousel.
Yeah, but Kyle Busch and Tyler Reddick did gas only. Yeah. So if they catch a caution, they'll be in it. Especially Reddick. I know he's good enough to win. So I don't think Chase and Larson really, they don't ever want to see a caution for a lot of reasons, but Tyler Reddick's the main reason. That McDowell might just run you over because he needs the win. And McDowell will run your ass over.
If you need to save a little fuel, you can do it right now.
Out in front, 2 Hendrick drivers.
Should be good. 30 to go. Custer, Sandrick, LaJoy, Austin Dillon, and Rockenfeller have not pitted yet. Keselowski ain't pitted. Suarez ain't pitted. I'm glad Chase pitted a lap later.
Oh, yeah, it was perfect for him.
Yeah. Beavers be like, Kimi finished last place. That's always a thing in sports, but especially football and racing. If people don't know the context of something, it drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady won Super Bowl 51. Matt Ryan's a choker. Well, actually, no. Yes, Brady won, and the Patriots won, but Matt Ryan didn't choke.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And Brady played like shit and got away with it.
There was a lot of luck involved in the Patriots.
Brady made about 5 or 6 of the worst reads I've ever seen him make in a big game and got away with it.
There was just so many things that led to the comeback that you can't just look at that and be like, oh, Matt
Patrick Mahomes choked that Super Bowl to Tampa Bay. Well, actually, his offensive line really shit the bed.
Well, it was mainly because his whole offensive line got hurt leading up to the game.
They might as well have had 5 Mike Rimmers lined up out there playing for him.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people forget
Traffic
about that.
cones would have been better protection for Patrick Mahomes in that game. But no, he blew it. Brady's the GOAT.
Yeah, it wasn't Mahomes' fault.
Fuck. Context is everything. The end result ultimately is all that matters, but damn, have some context before you start shit-talking people. Of course, that does go both ways. Hey, Danica finished 4th in the Xfinity race at Las Vegas. Yeah, because like 8 guys run out of gas. I remember that. Oh, my God, she finished 4th. Wow.
Wow.
One fourth-place finish.
Such shock. So amazing.
Hey, she was top 10 in points. I mean, there was only like 11 full-time drivers that year in that series, but hey, she was top 10. There was like, okay, I'd say there's about 14 or 15 full-time guys, but only about 10 teams were competitive. It was all like Gibbs and Junior Motorsports, Roush, and RCR. Everybody else was shit. She drove for Junior. Cole Custer leading laps, for what it's worth.
Get him, Custer.
But that is because they have not come to pit road. They're going to need a little bit less fuel than those other guys, Steve, but the time on pit road is going to push them back. They'll probably come back out to the 15th position.
Yeah, they're basically just using this clean air. I mean, these are the fastest laps that Cole Custer's run today just because the clean air. Same for LaJoy, Austin Dillon, Mike Rockefeller, out of that traffic. They're kind of enjoying a little bit of clean space. And to your point, we'll have shorter pit stops. That's a strategy call for these 4.
The third caution came out earlier today, and it was for the 91 of Kimi Raikkonen.
We got a Kimi interview? Oh, boy, you're in for a treat. Kimi interview.
Kimi Raikkonen released from the infield care center here. Kimi, you're involved in that incident out of the bus stop. Was there anything you felt you could have done different there to avoid it?
Yeah, I wasn't very involved with it until I had a good line there, but everybody seemed to come on the left. Unfortunately, I had no time to react, and yeah, the impact was small. Apart from the first impact, somebody hit the tire or the wheels directly, and the wheels spun, and yeah, something wrong with the wrist, but that's how it goes.
I know it was shorter than you wanted, but did you enjoy yourself here in the NASCAR Cup Series?
Yeah, it was good fun, you know, and yeah, felt more confidence all the time, and you know, had some good battles.
Run the Roval.
I think the car felt like it had a lot of speed in there, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Will we see it come back?
Well, we'll see. I don't know myself either. So.
Oh, Kimmy's just so matter of fact. You ask him a question, and he gives you just the most specific, obvious answer. And he's not doing it to be an asshole. It's just how he is. Well, somebody obviously got into me. It's like, yeah, they sure did. Seriously, though, have Kimi on the Roval. So I can say I went to a race that Kimi Raikkonen was in. Rockenfeller.
Kyle Larson. Those two can make it all the way to the end, as well as Michael McDowell. And there's Christopher Buescher in the seventh.
Christopher Buescher. I'm telling you, they're unironically saying it now. It's just a thing. I've heard Bagley say it. I've heard Rick Allen say it. Junior said it again today. They have not even spoken about Denny Hamlin today. Oh, Briscoe and Chastain. Don't tell me. It's only a matter of time before those two got together, as much as they run into people. Bouncy, bouncy. Bouncy, bouncy. They both just did it. They both did it at the same time. And they spin.
They never touch. And
Yeah.
That is hilarious. Ross continues on. It goes to 14.
I love that. I love that.
14 of Briscoe. And a good run early on. And now Briscoe after the spin.
Holy shit. Cody Ware in
Lead
second.
right there.
Chase has a nice lead, but he better not fall asleep at the wheel.
Still waiting on the top four to come to pit road.
Like I am right
At some
now.
point, seems like the lead's putting a little bit of the distance between him and the 5 cars. And you really wonder right now, what is the
So we need a Daytona this week.
you can't even see McDowell behind them into the picture. So
Damn, they have ran off from McDowell. I kind of called that earlier in the race. I said if it dried out, I don't think McDowell would win. But then after a while, I was like, well, he's still up here, and I really thought Reddick was the car to beat. I'm like, if he's got Reddick beat, he's fine. Chase and Larson just came on so strong.
15th and 16th for Busher and Truex Jr. as they come out onto the front stretch. Truex Jr. out of the playoff picture. Ryan Blaney currently in based on points, Dick.
And Rick, it's just been a tough day for Martin Truex Jr. The good news is the motor is
That's just going to be weird. Yeah. It's like that time Jimmy Johnson got eliminated after the first round of the playoffs. It was like, did this really happen? That was 2015. I wanted Harvick to miss it because I thought that would be funny.
Just so they can actually start questioning
way down the field, Rick, and it's just not been a good day for the guy that needs a win to get in the playoffs.
What kind of teammate fuckery will we see at Daytona? 6 Toyotas lined up behind Martin Truex Jr. the whole race. Equally, though, all the Penske cars and maybe another 4 or 2 lined up behind Blaney. Well, Hamlin's going to want Bubba to win to get Bubba in the playoffs. So maybe there won't be an alliance with Toyota. It's going to be hard. I think that's going to be too many split decisions there. Custer just pitted.
The 13th place car. I'm thinking somewhere inside the top 20 for this 41 car. We see Busher come by right here. So now he has fresher tires. He knows he's good on fuel. Tires haven't been a huge advantage. But look, I mean, Truex, we just talked about his day. He's running 16th, the 41 car. That was a nice strategy call by the 41. Run up front, run those fast laps, come in, need less fuel, quick stop, and puts him back on the racetrack. I mean, inside the top 15. That's well, we got a spin.
Another spin. Cody Ware drives away.
Trying to rejoin here. Not impeding anybody else's progress as he does that. He's got into the bus stop just a little bit too hard here. And there he goes.
Well, it sounds like he needs to calm down.
It's hard running last place, don't you know? Yeah. Cody Ware's renowned among his peers as, yeah, he sucks. It's like, yeah, his cars suck, but he just flat out sucks. Because fucking Joey Hand and James Davidson all run better in those Rick Ware cars than Cody Ware ever has. Ryan Preece has run better than Cody Ware.
You know, we talk a lot about strategies to win, but everyone on pit road is grinding over how you can get your driver any positions possible. Marty.
Remember, they pitted on lap 46, so much further than everybody else. All the guys coming right now, lap 42.
Who's coming?
And your point's exactly right. If you're Justin Alexander, Steve, you kind of take this gamble, see what you can get out of it. But from lap 46, I mean, there's no way, Steve, right? I mean, there's no way they can make it.
Nah.
They have no indication of coming to pit road so far for Austin Dillon. In fact, they just told him you're
But that's interesting that they're trying. That's starting to make me nervous. They can't make it. Then again, I was sitting next to Cameron at Charlotte 5 years ago and said, he can't make it, can he? And then he made it. But a road course is totally different.
Now he kind of is going to go by everybody that stays out. But now, Justin Alexander, the crew chief of this car, might think the 20th on back comes for tires and fuel anyway. So it'll be interesting to see Corey LaJoie right behind him.
If I am Austin Dillon, gas only.
Yes, his tires don't matter.
Yeah. Lap 69, nice. pretty late in the day to be lap 69. Daytona's just a clusterfuck of like potential scenarios that could happen.
And it's glorious for it.
Like Michael just listed off, he said, you know, Bubba, the Dillon brothers, Eric Jones, Busher, McDowell, Harrison Burton, Justin Haley, they're all good at super speedways, and they all need to win. Who's in the 16 next week? Is it Noah? Might be AJ, I don't know.
I just feel like Michael McDowell and Busher's do. One of them, it's getting too close. They keep getting too close.
Maybe.
Of all the non-winners this season, I give Bubba the best chance next week just because of how good he's been at Daytona and Talladega the last couple of years. He's been the most consistent out of everybody. It's hard to be consistent there.
If I was betting next week, I would really bet on McDowell, Busher, and Bubba.
Yeah.
Just the three non-winners, I think. And maybe even Eric Jones. I'd have to bet on
Eric Jones is really good there. He's won the Daytona July race before.
Just because it's hard.
It's not July, but you know what I'm saying.
Because I want to pick a non-winner, but I don't feel like anybody different's going to win.
I kind of do. I think somebody different's going to win.
If anybody does, honestly, I kind of hope it's Blaney. I wish
Blaney's really good too at Daytona, of course.
I wish we'll see though. As long as it ain't Austin Dillon.
Well, as we know, Ty Dillon shows up for that summer Daytona race. He's finished top 5 there a handful of times. So Ty Dillon might show up. Yeah. Just so he can win, and then when Noah never wins in that car, I can be like, Ty Dillon won the 42. I can hang that over everybody's heads forever. Chase is about to get the lead back the old-fashioned way.
The signs are strongly pointing to Chase.
Yep. Even with a caution. Because you ain't pitting again. I don't give a fuck. I'm not pitting.
The official app of NASCAR Tracks lets you stay up to date on the latest race and event information from all your favorite tracks. Search NASCAR Tracks in the App Store to download for free.
So make Chase a 3-time Watkins Glen winner if he holds on here. But remember, it's just the car, even though he will have now done it in 2 completely different types of vehicles. With 3 different types of aero packages, now that I think about it. Austin Dillon could be Kyle Larson's best friend right here if he really wanted to be.
Right now it's the 9 and the 5 that have separated themselves from the field. Of course, the 34
I knew Chase wasn't going to be close enough to get it done there. This is hurting him bad. Larson's gained over a half a second on him because of this.
Chase Elliott exercising great restraint right now. Not
Yeah.
putting himself or that car in any sort of a bind to
Chase
reclaim
gets
the
there,
lead.
but it's like...
It's going to happen.
He's clearly faster. It's just hard to find a way around him
Yeah, he can't
without running him over or going through him.
Yeah, he can't get up to his...
I don't know. It's hard
to make a pass, even in this race on right here. You see Larson
Yeah.
closing in. Larson gained a lot of time the last time by, now underneath the second.
Larson has gained almost a full second. Here's where Chase is going to make the pass. Austin Dillon really didn't let him go, but he hurt Chase there, but he didn't do anything wrong. And then Larson's going to catch him right here at an easy spot to pass.
With Austin Dillon right there has allowed Larson to wind up, cut that deficit in half. This slides.
That was a great lap for Kyle Larson. Well, I mean, McDowell's 10 seconds off the lead, so no, I don't think he has a chance without a caution. Even with a caution, it's going to be Chase, I think.
Larson closing the gap. He's less than 3/4 of a second behind race leader Chase Elliott.
18 laps to go, and it comes down to Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. They've been the talk of the racetrack all weekend long as the teams to beat. In that order, by the way. You talk to people in the garage, they'll say, man, that 9 and that 5, they're stout.
Reddick's going to be like 6th after this, after Austin Dillon and Corey LaJoie pit.
17 laps to go. This will be a good judge of speed and pace between the two vehicles when we get this back to the start-finish line. The last time by, Larson was a half a second faster than Chase Elliott. What kind of lap time will they run this time?
Yeah, how often is this? See that ride along with both drivers. See what they're doing.
Sounds the same.
How they brake, how they downshift, where they do all those things. We got a Hendrick battle for this win.
Chase has reason to be nervous. Gets off that corner better than Larson.
You ain't the real 5.
Bottom Kyle Larson, and it's his roof camera looking out at Chase Elliott. So you see the work, and you also see the distance between the two. Look at the work they put in and the precision required to run these laps.
It's amazing watching my dream battle portion of the racetrack, Stevie, with the laser precision that
And then you're going to have McDowell and AJ and Reddick behind them. So we're covered on winners we like, I think, for the top 5.
8th and 9th.
now we go over top and
8th and 9th really anything's possible.
and the lines
8th and 9th really
to
mean
attack
you
and
want
they're headed to the
no
end
caution, I'm good.
Oh, Kyle Busch just got spun out of turn 1. And he's pointed the wrong way at a really bad part of the track. He needs to back up and back in there and then pull out. Okay. Jesus Christ, I was worried there. That's one of the worst spots to be stuck. He did the Jeff Gordon. Eee. Busted his own ass. Yeah, I hit that inside guardrail harder than I thought. Yeah, man. Kyle Busch can't get out of his own damn way. Ah, that hurt. Give him a fucking concussion. I'd hate to see that.
Kyle Larson ran into him last night. We congratulate him on his win in the Xfinity Series, and he had something great to say. He said, when I was chasing William Byron and Ty Gibbs, I had a judge in front of me. I didn't overdrive a corner all day. And he said, all of a sudden, those two wrecked, and I was the leader. I went into turn 1 for the first time. I don't know where I lived. He said, I didn't have a mark. I had been chasing people. That comes to mind as we ride with Kyle Larson, because that's what he's doing again, right? He is judging everything off from Chase Elliott. He kind of has a rabbit to follow.
Dylan, remember when me and that guy went to turn 1 on the Indy Road course and we just looked at it? We didn't even brake as we were watching each other, I think. Drivers do that. They look to the car around them. It's like, okay, now. But when the other guy doesn't go and you're just waiting for him, next thing you know, you're Brad Keselowski at the Charlotte Roval into the tire wall and taking half the field with you because they were all looking at you.
Chase Elliott is Ross Chastain. He said on the radio a moment ago he could see that he was catching the one. He said, talk to that one.
Yeah, big, please. Don't be an ass for once.
You can see Chase Elliott watching Kyle Larson. Meanwhile, behind the wheel, Kyle Larson only
Ross a layover. He's 34th. If Chase catches him at a bad spot, that's not Ross's fault. I think Ross will lay over. Looks like Chase is going to catch him through the carousel, which is ideal. Catching him through the carousel is the best spot for Chase. That's where he's fastest. And they kind of move out of his way there. When Chase got back in clean air after getting held up by Austin Dillon, he drove away from Larson again. And Chase just got to the door of Ross here, I think. No, not quite. I thought Chase was going to blow by him through that part of the racetrack. He didn't. Cindric off track again. Nope. Saved it.
Currently running in the 11th position, right behind him, Eric Jones. This 43 car continues to impress me, Rick. Every time we see him, he's getting more out of this than what I thought I have seen out of it. And then Harvick, 2 race wins in a row. He's feeling really good right there behind him. What a great view. Northern Tool on board this 4-car with his in-car camera. Really
I'd stay out and hope for another caution, and then another, but not too many, not to go to overtime. Well, I'm Austin Dillon. I'm like, can half the rest of this race run under caution?
Driving away back to a 2-second lead, opened up that 2 seconds quickly. Watching this battle coming in.
Chase is going to win. I ain't watching again until next week. Remember how I told you about Kevin Nash in the summer of '92 meme that somebody made? They were talking about, you know, Nash goes, leaving WWE was not the easy decision people said it was. Yeah, I was getting more money, but he said the last pay-per-view before I went was fucking Hulk Hogan versus the Giant on Cobo Hall, and then he gets humped by the Yeti, you know, the old summer of '92 treatment. Because remember, I think Big Show has Hogan in a bear hug, and the Yeti comes up and starts doing this like he's doing it too, and Nash said, yeah, they gave Hogan the old summer of '92 in the middle of the ring. Yeah, so it was not easy going from WWF to that. We didn't know what the fuck we were going to get.
I say a good day, although Kevin Harvick, we've seen him 2 wins in a row. They're going to get it moved by Eric Jones, an aggressive move. Kevin Harvick should be able to take advantage of this.
Here comes Harvick.
Eric Jones taking 12th away from Cindric, and Harvick also looks to the inside of Cindric. He wants a position also, and the 43 is going to.
Well, Gas only got Reddick to the top 5. Yep, Custer 10th. Although Custer didn't do Gas only, he pitted late.
I talked about that strategy. We saw him run up front for a long, long time. He just pitted, came down. He's got some fresh tires and some fuel. I think he's going to cycle inside the mid to late 20s. So we'll just have to see if the strategy works out. So he's in front of Harrison Burton. Harrison's running 27th. We talk about strategy calls. Restarted 32nd, blended 27th. I don't know if I'd call that a huge win. But now he has the freshest tires. If the yellow does come out, he'll feel confident to stay on the racetrack. Now he's thinking it was so much more fun when I was leading. Up front there, all by myself.
All by myself.
The gap between 1 and 2 still growing. 2 seconds separating Chase Elliott.
And I don't think either of them got stage points today, did they? Blaney might have got some. I don't know.
Chase Elliott's audio.
You're good, bud. 2 laps better than the 5. Just take care of your stuff. If you can pass the fuel, that's fine, but don't let it get close to you.
Oh, the 15, Joey Hand just backed into the tire wall. That might be a yellow. There it is. And Michael McDowell and Tyler Reddick and AJ Allmendinger.
Caution comes out for the 4th time.
They got to fix that tire wall. That's why I brought the caution out. And we have a caution. But Chase and Larson can save fuel, so it's kind of a good thing, but not really. Yeah. Actually, the dream would have been the caution come out right. Ooh. He did the Jeff Gordon. And then he summer in '92 the tire wall. Yeah.
You see the space behind the tire barrier. That's on purpose to allow that to slide. So I don't think I think he just locks the rear tires or just gets loose. There's still road tire. I didn't see a tire slide. Just too much speed. Misjudged the entry. Turned down in there. Got loose. Truex has thankfully slid in front of him. This is going to get your attention right here if you're trying to save some points on board with Truex. Look to your right. Here he goes.
Whoa. I looked like lag in a Heat 5 lobby, like Joey Ham was about to pop up 4 car lengths in front of him just fine, like nothing ever happened.
Talented road racer. That was a pretty big misjudgment on speed, so I don't know if he had an issue with his race car, but I mean, he was 5-10 miles an hour faster than the 19.
Similar to what we saw out of Kyle Larson when he slammed in.
Did we talk about CM Punk's promo with him and Moxley talking shit to each other?
No, not yet.
Did you hear the promo? Fucking brilliant. Like, oh my God, hilarious. When he was like, John Moxley's the 3rd best guy in his group. And I'm like, I love Moxley, but technically that's true. And then Punk goes, that's nothing new in his career. And I was like, ooh, ooh. And then he got on Eddie Kingston. Said, Eddie Kingston, he's the 2nd best Kingston I've ever been in the locker room with, and the 3rd best Eddie I've ever wrestled. He wrestled Eddie Guerrero and Eddie Edwards. Then he said, Moxley won't be the first John I've beaten Chicago for a world title, and he's definitely not the best of that either.
And that was a cherry on top.
Didn't he say something like, you know, I'd fight you right now, but I'm afraid you'd bleed all over me or something, yeah.
Currently 34th, 1 lap down.
Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson. They have been fighting.
Somebody said on Twitter, did CM Punk just acknowledge the trouble, Chief? He made him look strong. It's been 9 years, and he's still making Roman look strong. Thought they were going to commercial. I don't know why I muted it.
Take each other out, fighting for that top spot. If McDowell's able to win this race, that would be
McDowell's going to drive like a bat out of hell here. Whatever McDowell's got, you're going to get it right here. And you're not pitting.
Absolutely use up his stuff.
Or use them.
That too.
Michael gets $162 if Elliott wins. It's definitely in jeopardy here if the 34 is going to line up on his bumper. I got a shot at money with AJ. Watch me get money 2 days in a row because the leaders get wrecked and the guy behind them wins. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick.
And regardless of what they do, think about the restarts we saw at Indianapolis at that road course. I don't think it'll be quite 5 wide here at Watkins Glen, but turn 1 is going to get busy. So first the decision time is, do you pit? Yeah, not shocking that the front 10 or 15 don't pit, but someone I think is going to think tires matter.
Pit road is open.
Cedric just showing his hand. No, they're just messing with each other. Nobody's pitted. We see Truex go by. So here you go. The guys in the back of the field, including William Byron, they're going to pull some of the guys in the back on the pit road, but the 2 guys, Blaney and Truex, did stay on the racetrack.
So a few takers on pit road, but they are far in the back. It will be a battle between Elliott and Larson when we return.
In the bathroom, I didn't get to mute the commercial, unfortunately.
Reddick's up here now. AJ. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
People were laughing at how when Moxley and Punk are trying to fight, and like Cesaro comes in to break them, Cesaro was carrying Moxley like a baby. He's like, damn, Cesaro's strong. He doesn't even look like he'd be that fucking strong.
No, he doesn't.
But he could lift up this house. And not even break
Cesaro's big. Oh, he's tall.
Yeah, he's 6'5".
Yeah, he's a big dude.
But that's the thing, he doesn't look like super jacked or anything.
No,
so
he don't.
You wouldn't be able to tell.
Like,
yeah.
He's just big. When I was really into WWE,
You know what Punk
when
could have said?
he was fighting Sheamus a
If
lot.
I was Punk, I'd have said Moxley is the 3rd best, 4th best guy in this group. Is Regal's in the group too?
Oh, that would have. Ooh, gosh.
I said to my grandpa, I saw him watching AEW, I said, I don't know, the last time Punk was in the ring with Moxley, he literally shit himself. On a SmackDown in like 2013.
Nobody cares about Harvick winning
Daytona.
Some people trying to get into the playoffs, it's just a totally different atmosphere and intensity than when they go there for the Daytona 500.
Let's appreciate how a Rick Ware car ran in the top 10 all day until he wrecked.
And then gave us the finale.
And then he gave us the caution we needed. And because Mike Snyder's not here, this caution didn't take 45 minutes, so we're actually going to get to see some racing.
All right, Steve.
It's going to be crazy the year we go to
Daytona. Imagine if it comes
Yeah.
down to this. All of these drivers have an opportunity to make the playoffs.
So the conversation in February, the first time we went to Daytona, is don't come back to Daytona needing a win or scared that if someone eliminates you for this
I worry about what that 34 might do here.
won there before, they could win again.
I find it interesting, maybe a little concerning that Chase is going to be on the outside going to turn 1, but he's been good with that all day. I'd like to be on the inside. Or maybe he just didn't want McDowell to be up his ass. This is nuts. I feel like Chase is still going to win. I feel like if he just gets a solid enough restart, he'll drive away.
I haven't got to see AJ every corner.
Yeah.
The 2 fastest cars take each other out.
Side by side. 9 laps to go from the Glen.
9 to go. Chase outside, Larson inside. McDowell fans out to go 3 wide. Can't get there. He's going to send it. Oh, he locked it up. McDowell locked it up. He missed the corner. He didn't hit Larson or Chase. He got sent wide by the 8. They're 4 wide. Chase is still in the lead. Allmendinger 3rd. I think Chase has got it now. Oh, there's going to be a wreck up through the S's. Yikes. Almost. Tyler Reddick's about to dump Joey Logano, I feel. I think Chase has got it. He got out to a good start from the outside into turn 1. I was surprised by that. That was probably teammate deal, because he's better on the outside than probably Larson is. If you give Larson the inside, he's got a better shot at making it through. Don't know how Joey Logano got to 4th. McDowell choked hard, I know that. Locked up the left front, and he's back in 6th now.
Larson still trying to track him down, but he has time. 8 laps remaining here at the Glen. Elliott in front. Larson running second. Allmendinger, a full-time Xfinity Series driver.
If this was rain, I'd probably win, because Larson and Chase sucked in the rain compared to AJ and all them other guys. Leg it. Oh, that's going to be another caution. That's another caution. A 27 stuck in the dirt. 8 to go. Now Logano's going to have a chance to run these fuckers over. Caution's out. I got a shot at money now. That's what you get for wrecking Kimi. Even though it wasn't your fault. You hit him, though.
The negative is, once you get at him, you're stuck.
So this will take a little while to get...
Ask Dale Jr. about the fucking sand trap over here. 2009. Shocker. 2009. Goddamn brakes went out, and he cleaned out Reed Sorensen and ended up in the fucking guardrail on the other side of the sand.
Two-time Euro Series champion. Running in the 32nd position as now...
He's beached. What happens if the fucking truck gets beached? We got to make a daisy chain of tow trucks. Stretch that fucker way out. They can stretch it out. There you go.
Crew working as quickly as they can. While we've got a minute, let's check in with the Peacock pit box.
The cock box.
Listen, I have no idea. The most dangerous thing in cup racing is restarts. Okay? And we're giving these guys...
Michael said, what the fuck? And Chase just win already? It's kind of how I feel. But if he has to lose it, I hope it's to AJ.
I don't think AJ Allmendinger has the car to keep up pace-wise, but this restart, he knows if he gets in front, then he's going to be extremely hard to pass. And so I look for AJ to maybe take an extra chance here, trying to get down in the turn.
I'm on AJ.
He can make happen.
Chase going to give Larson the inside again? I don't know.
All of a sudden, everything you've worked for is gone.
We've seen it all year long. Turn one in Indy. Turn 1 everywhere we go.
Yeah, Joey being that close now is a legitimate concern.
But then you have these incidents like this. This is a gravel trap, okay? Yeah. I thought they took all of them away from Watkins Glen, but this is a gravel trap. It takes a couple extra laps. We know a couple of guys are good on fuel. Out of this pack,
Chase looks stressed the fuck out.
At the day that Michael McDowell has, it's a phenomenal day.
Joey Logano is openly not a Chase Elliott fan. Then again, Chase made it pretty clear he's not a Joey fan either. When he pulled a Joey on Joey at Bristol, and Joey said, "What the hell?" And Chase just looked at him and said, "Yeah, you do that all the time. I'm not sorry." And Joey, he didn't even freaking apologize, man. Yeah, do you? Fuck you. And Chase flat told you, you do it all the time, so I didn't even feel bad about it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for sure. Our HitterCars.com Chevy team, we've executed a great race. I think we've got a good car. The tough part is the 9 car is great too. And Chase has done a good job of executing his race. I think they're going to race each other really hard, really clean for the end. I hope we've got a little something left in the tank. It'll be interesting to see, where we can get it. I don't know if it'll be in the bus stop or if it'll be a good 6.
I don't know if it'll be through the carousel. Chase just blistering everybody through there. If AJ wins, I get $32. Could be a profitable weekend.
They feel like they may be able to get it done, Dave.
And Ellen Gustafson just getting a little radio transmission here. Remember these crew chiefs.
Give me 32 if Chase wins so I can cheer with you.
And we'll ask you first, Alan, did you like what you saw in the last restart, the lane choice? You want him to go there again?
I mean, it's really up to him. We retain the lead. I don't really know what's going on inside the car. You know, into the
I was surprised when he took the outside. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, we
Makes me
retain the lead.
nervous.
That's obviously the objective, so we just need to do that. This time, how many ever more it takes.
Correct, and we could get to overtime. Does this caution, did you need it? You didn't need it to get to the end, did you? But you need it for overtime?
Yeah.
All right.
Alan's like, leave me the fuck alone.
Worked next to Allen for a long time, and that's a game face right there. And when he gets in these moments, what's so great is that he's very cordial.
How many overtimes
but you
before
can
gas
tell
is in?
he can only give us like
1.
10% of his brain.
I think they can handle 1.
And then Austin Dillon wins.
Engaged in this race and his driver Chase Elliott.
I want to take a look at the Toyota driver update. Christopher Bell currently running in the 8th position right now. Has been as high as 3rd in this race.
And, you know, when we talk about Toyotas, there was a lot made about some of their lack of speed at the road courses. But then this morning, big fear when it came to the power plants. They're all currently still.
I said the race would go green, and we got 3 cautions.
With an issue,
It happens.
you know, Toyota's still all making power. So, you know, about 6 hours ago, I think it was more concerning for them.
Yeah.
They're all still on the race.
Steve, let's go back 10 years. Could we have a finish like what we saw back in
I remember this.
It was the 18.
I laughed so hard at that. And then I went, uh-oh.
There was fluid on the racetrack.
Yeah, fluid on the race.
Crikey, Marcos.
Keselowski and Kyle Busch trying to both squeeze through the S's.
I was cheering for Brad.
Move right to 9. Squeeze through the final corner. It was one of the best final laps.
Who's that back there?
But here it was great. You talk about international drivers. Ambrose raised that checkered flag, and there's Brad right here in the 6th.
The Prowler.
K group. You know, we talk a lot about Busher, his road course.
That's what that car is.
Brad having a solid day in 17th. I think Brad, you know, he went over there and he's obviously a remarkable race car driver. He's learning kind of to be a race car driver and an owner. He's been very vocal about Chris Buescher and how good he thinks Chris Buescher is. So I can't imagine what takes his days. One of these days I'm going to ask him that. I'm going to find some time where he can sit down and just be like, hey, what didn't you expect? What did you expect? What's a day in the life of Brad Keselowski now versus when you were just a race car driver?
Hey, do you remember how this race started, where the 19 and the 12 were? You remember they were side by side?
Side by side and in
Guess
the
how it's
pouring
gonna
rain.
finish.
Yeah, exactly.
They're side by side again.
5 laps.
For the restart, only 5 laps to go, and you can hear the crowd.
This is way too stressful.
Ready for the final 5 laps here at the Glen.
No new winners in that time. I mean, AJ'd be a new winner, but he's not playoff eligible, so. Because AJ's an Xfinity Series driver, and he's not full-time.
And when we talk about guys trying to get their first win, this is what you can't prep for. Simulator, all that, I don't care. The only way you learn how to close out races is having this chance, lining up, feeling this pressure, 5 to go. He's 2 at the front. I mean,
Chase picked the outside again. That just goes against everything in me. He's making it work. You saw that dumb shit Logano pulled to Indianapolis, right? And that wasn't even for a win, so. Good restart. Good restart for AJ behind Larson, actually. This ain't going to end well. Shouldn't have gave him the inside, Chase. You shouldn't have. Ah, Larson, no! AJ! Come on, AJ. Chase shouldn't have picked the outside, man. That's why you can't pick that outside. I didn't like it the first time, but he got away with it. Now he blew it, and now Larson's going to win. Race Logano like a dick, please. Yellow car. Goddamn, Chase. Why did you pick the outside? Joey runs him off. And Reddick's going to pass both of them. Goddamn, Chase, you should. I was dead against picking the outside. You heard me. Didn't like it. Come on, AJ. Son of a bitch. Chase is not even going to be close to winning this thing now. Damn. This is where Dirty Air is going to drive me up a fucking wall, because I know. Because AJ's getting close enough, but I don't think he can pass Larson. Reddick was wiggling there. I don't know what that was. Why would you pick the outside? Damn, Chase. That one's on him. I'd give anything. I know AJ would too. He's finished second here before. He finished second to Makos here. In Xfinity. Come on, AJ. I ain't seen AJ all day. Now he's here. I think Larson's biggest disadvantage is how conservative he is, and was admittedly having to be. AJ ain't being conservative. AJ's driving as hard as he can. I know Larson's just trying to maintain. Coming to 3 to go. Chase way off track with Reddick. A little bit of a slide there off of 7 for AJ. Didn't hurt him too bad, I don't think. Cheer for AJ. I want to win. Larson will blow turn 1 one of these times if you stay close enough. My dad's going to be texting me mad. Larson ran Chase off the track. Surprised I ain't already got that text. Oh, it's so close. I don't want another caution because then dipshit's going to win. AJ's eating him alive through here. Oh, if he could just make up a little bit of a gap through the S's, he eats his ass alive through the bus stop and carousel. So close. I'm close to greatness. AJ's got to nail the exit of 7. He kind of got loose last time. Slight advantage for Larson off of 7. And then this whole part of the racetrack favors the car in front, except for turn 1. Yeah, it's a repeat of yesterday. We're not going to get it done. This is like Richmond all over again. Second week in a row, I'm sitting here going, God damn it, I'm second. Chase is trying to pass Logano back there. That could end poorly. Not as much ground made up that time for AJ. AJ lost it right there. Damn. Son of a bitch. I'm so mad at Chase for giving this away, though. As much as I would want Larson to win, too, I'm really mad at Chase for giving this away. You can't give these away. He's about to fucking send Logano off somewhere. AJ, if you got anything, you ain't got anything. 1 to go. I'm going to finish second again. 2 weeks in a row in the Cup race. Ah! It hurts. It fucking hurts. Chase gave this away, and AJ's not going to win me money. Yeah, Larson going to sweep the weekend. I'm saying this hoping he just blows these fucking corners here. Junior's made it to the last lap. AJ gave it all he had. Kyle Larson, 2 years in a row. Wins Watkins Glen, and for the second week in a row, my bet finishes second. I'm like Nacho Libre. And Chase fucking blew it. How do you pick the outside? You see what guys do in turn one, and guess what Larson did? What guys do when they go off into turn one trying to pass somebody. Larson, AJ, 1-2, 2 days in a row.
Showing a little respect there. AJ Allmendinger pulling up beside the 5 of Larson.
I have so many mixed emotions. Yay, Larson. God damn it, AJ. And what the fuck is wrong with you, Chase? I thought we were past that point of your career, Chase. That is so 2017 of you. That is so 2017, Chase. You picked the outside. What did you think was going to happen? Larson locked it up. I thought they were both fucked there. No, because he locked up. He wasn't trying to run Chase over. Overdrive a corner and get rewarded for it. Ain't that a bitch? And yes, it's Chase didn't win. Now I don't get anything. The second place curse is back. If you don't expect your driver to win, let me pick him so he'll at least get a top 5. Finish second. Swept the weekend.
Well, speaking of Larson not having more than one win this year.
Yeah, it's into that.
Makes Daytona more interesting.
His mistake won him the race. How does that happen?
Because Larson owns Watkins Glen.
Yep. Larson will mark the HinderCars.com number 5.
I'm shook.
And he will sweep the weekend. Xfinity Series race yesterday, and now Cup Series race. Checkered flag moment brought to you by Advance Auto Parts.
Another race with just one too many yellows, but that extra yellow gave me a shot, so I can't complain about it.
Remember, this race started on the wet.
He's subdued because he probably feels like he railroaded Chase out of the way.
And it was a aggressive turn 1 of the restart.
Or he's just tired. He looks sick or something. Is he all right?
Boy, it's going to be all about that final restart with his teammate Chase Elliott.
Second time Larson's fucked Chase out of a win this year. California.
To pass your teammate Chase Elliott, we did see the right front locked up going into turn 1.
Yeah, and I knew that was kind of my only opportunity. I'm not proud of it, but you being in the inside lane or the right lane, and you being a leader choosing the left lane, it's definitely wins out. But when it gets late in the race, it's definitely risky. And like I said, I knew that was my only opportunity.
That's what I was saying.
To get by, and so
it's foolish.
I felt like our cars were pretty equal today, and had a lot of fun after the green flag cycle.
Suarez top 5 after all that.
Kind of burnt my stuff up a little bit, but the restart.
Calm him down,
kept me in it and kept
Jeff,
so,
Rick.
Proud of our guys. Good to get a win here at Watkins Glen. Get some more bonus points low in the playoffs, which is we haven't had many of those this year. So hopefully this will build on some momentum and we can keep racking some more points.
So if the shoe was on the other foot, would you want to have a conversation with your teammate if that move happened?
I'm sure, yeah, we would ultimately have a conversation. We have a competition meeting tomorrow, and yeah, I mean, I think if I was in his shoes, I would understand the risk that I'm taking choosing left lane also. So again, like I said, I'm not proud of it, but it's for what I felt like I had to do to get the win.
Did you learn something on the restart before that you said I'm gonna try and take advantage of it on this final one?
Well, yeah, I mean, all the restarts I was in.
He probably said, "Holy shit, he's picking that lane."
I always got myself in a bad spot where my angle was pinched off,
Yeah.
and we'd always make contact, and I'd end up sideways and get passed by people. So
When I saw them enter the corner still that close side by side, I'm like, he's fucked. And then I saw Larson's tire lock up, and I said, they're both fucked. Nah.
behind me. So yeah, it's just part of racing. Road courses, especially it seems like. So again, not proud of it, but we did what we had to do.
Larson is not proud. I could tell by the look on his face. It's the most subdued winner I've seen in a while. Everybody lately's been like, yes, when they win a cup race.
Kyle says that he's not happy about the way it happened. He also said if he was in your shoes, he would have understood the risk of restarting on the outside there. That was the question that I had for you. Did you consider that risk on the final restart?
Just a huge congratulations to Kyle and everybody on the 5 team. Congratulations everybody at Hendrick Motorsports for getting another win, and appreciate Kelly Blue Book for being on our car this weekend.
He says this will be discussed, obviously, competition meetings and between the two of you. What would you like to say to him?
Congratulations. You did a great job. Seriously, they deserve it, and looking forward to going to Bristol next week.
At the end of the day, it's not Kyle Larson's fault that Chase Elliott made a bad decision.
Was he able to console you at all on the loss today?
Just congratulate him. Like I said, always good to see HMS win. The boss deserves all the wins and all the great things that go on with this company.
We have another unhappy regular season champ. Because everybody remembers when Truex won the regular season championship, he got fucked out of a win at Richmond and Larson won, and they hand Truex the trophy, and him and fucking Cole Perner just like, because they wanted to win the race. Are we ever going to see a regular season champ be like, yay, after when they clinch it? Probably not. It's not Kyle Larson's fault that Chase Elliott made a dumb decision. I'll leave it at that.
I'm happy. What you saw right there was 2 tidy interviews. I'm sure they're not very happy with one another. But we saw.
But if I'm Chase, that's the second time this year I got the shit knocked out of me by the 5 car. 4 win.
He also has to be grateful about
And Steve, that's
yeah.
He didn't celebrate it, but it's like I also got
race car drivers, because in the end they were fighting it out for the win, and only one of them was going to get it. This time it was Kyle Larson who gets.
He wasn't okay. That's about the extent of Larson's excitement for winning. So I guess I'll see y'all Saturday. Saturday night, 7 o'clock, I think. Yeah. Huh?
What is Saturday?
Daytona.
Daytona. Oh, the cup races.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Xfinity's Friday night. That'll be crazy too. Oh yeah. Well, no, I work Friday morning, so I'll be home. Yeah. I'll see y'all later. Don't fall asleep driving.
I will not.
That was certainly a Watkins Glen race. A lot of mixed emotions there, but yeah, can't be mad at Larson for Chase Elliott making a dumb decision. That's tough to swallow, though. Give one away like that. And then I have a shot at money with AJ and come up short. You didn't do the dance. Make sure you're not forgetting anything else. Hope you don't need that at Darlington in a couple of weeks. If it rains at Darlington, if it rains, surely we can get another room there and like we'll split it. I'll pay for it, whatever it takes.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably wouldn't be booked well.
There'll be hotels around there not completely booked. Because people will just think that, oh, race is over, we're going home or whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Hopefully we wouldn't even have to worry about that. But I always think about that because, like, what if we do go and it fucking rains? Like,
I'll see you later.
So, yeah.
You playing any games tonight?
I don't know, really.
Well, I was going to say, if you wanted to, I got the cool idea we could do an online franchise.
Maybe this week.
Do like a connected fantasy draft franchise.
Yeah, we'll do that sometime. I don't know if I'll do it tonight. I might. I don't know.
It's the NASCAR race show.
Michael, that went about as poorly as it could have for you, right?
Just concluding, Kyle Larson gets the win after
I don't know why I'm still on here. I'm just sometimes after these races, I just have to sit here and process what just happened, and this is another one of those.
Chase Elliott, and so maybe a little bit of ruffled feathers there.
This is the new Johnson versus Gordon, is it not? Remember how Johnson and Gordon would get pissy with each other?
The race is won out, as well as Alan Gustafson, the crew chief for that 9. Steve, that's just one of the tough situations that they've got to be in.
That's racing.
You can't expect a teammate to not race hard for a win.
Well, I will say this. If I'm Alan, if I'm Chase, I'm definitely disappointed. We're going to have a conversation tomorrow about it. But if I'm the race fan, I should be applauding what I just saw out of Kyle Larson. Because the day Kyle Larson doesn't drive into turn 1 to win this race, then we have a whole conversation to talk about with these 4-car organizations. What I love is their teammates. They share information. We have all these buzzwords. When they put helmets on, they're race car drivers. One guy can win.
Eric Jones finished 10th.
That's what we saw out of Kyle Larson.
Custer 11th. He just missed that top 10.
But in the end, what we saw going into turn 1 is as good as it gets for racing at the Glen. But how about Kyle Larson? Wins both races, and Allmendinger shows up second in both races. So It was a great weekend. Started in the rain, so many different storylines. But like I said, the race fans should be happy that is that's the racing we should expect on the racetrack.
Yeah, I was entertained as a fan. I want to bring in the guys who were around the racetrack today. As we see Larson getting interviewed there in Victory Lane.
Jeff Burton looks like he could run for Congress with that double chin.
We had a little bit of everything today, Rick. We had rain to dry. We had teammates getting into each other. All I know is tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, we have a lot to talk about with our checker flags and black flags. And we're going to break this one down.
We're on to Daytona.
To be broken down. Junior, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, one of the best and most interesting seasons in NASCAR history that I can recall continues, and we continue to create storylines that we don't expect and that honestly we don't deserve.
We don't deserve.
Last lap and actually really racing each other as hard as they would race anyone else in the field is something that we usually don't see in this series.
Where did Truex finish in relation to Blaney?
We know that the intensity and the
23rd. Truex finished 23rd, Blaney 24th.
Even more so when we go to the playoffs. I can't wait. We've got a great race next week at Daytona. I can't wait to get there. Love Daytona. Love the action we're going to see there. It's going to be
Junior, get you some Ricolas before we go to Daytona.
So I'm excited about that as well. Had fun over here at the bus stop. Not quite as much action as I was hoping for. I wanted to shout a little bit more than I did today, but had a great time anyways, Burton. Yeah, fun racing at the Glen today. I don't know what else we can ask for as race fans. Things this year has just been incredible. You know, back to the turn one action between teammates. You know, Kyle,
teammates.
You open yourself up. He's right about that. But Chase Elliott's like, hey, you're my teammate. I'm thinking you're going to take care of me. New rules now. Take care of yourself. Your teammate's not going to do it. So their relationship, they're going to have a conversation. I will say, though, Rick Hendrick and Jeff Gordon, they're two guys that can help them work themselves through that. Rick Hendrick and Jeff Gordon, they get a lot of benefit by these two guys going at each other, racing for wins. They got to find a way to, make them coexist. But hey, man, like Steve said, you want your race car drivers out there racing hard. That's what's got you where you are with all the championships. DJ and KP, what you guys got?
What you got, man?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Great job out there.
All right, I'm going to end my stream. I've sat here and listened to them long enough. I'm tired. Didn't even work today, but I'm tired. So I will see you guys this week.